Chat and chip. I come through like what's good, these wigs getting split. Man better breeze and sprint, it's long if I choose to bite down on these pricks. X is a lyrical 4-4 in this, so make sure it's X that you wanna rally with. Oh, make a big man turn to the kid. Shout out skull when I slat out wigs. Never seeing X's with your eyes closed, don't move past girls behind your eyelid. Bars and flows, check out their mixture. Tell them man can't handle the fixture. It's all funny games to the person saying it's all funny games. Get beat up and cocked out the picture. Must be active if you think you can wig me. I'll tell my man put down the liquor. I ain't got none, don't care which means I lost them. Genie's out of the bottle when I ain't going back, so now I'm a problem. They can't land, I'm a pro or column. Lyrically taking lives, I'm taking souls. See man's never been stolen. I take heads off, I leave them rolling, just like balls in bowling. I'm a fully charged in a machine like, man better be careful of me. I ain't just another MC, I'll spin your clock 360 degrees, flat line on set. Man, I need that to see she got a rating, but watch that decrease. Watch your whole team get smashed to pieces. Don't puff out your chest like Reese's.
I open my tablets. What's up, everybody in the chat? How you doing? We're about to get sauced as always. As always, another glorious Saturday awaits us. A glorious Saturday. Beautiful weather. Nice sun out here in the UK. We're finally getting some vitamin D. It's a different kind of D. Unlike the D the ponies like. No judgment. So shady in the chat. Tasty Tanner, Grey Fox 20, David M, Slim Perkins, Colt, Yeastwood, Quasman. What's up, Serendipity? Cryo Fuse. It's all good to see you in the chat. For the Spotify listeners listening out there, thank you so much for joining us on this weekly venting session. Yeah, this is where we talk that shit, where we speak our minds unabated, unfiltered, real truths, talking about the medium that we love so much. Shout out to my Fazza Rizwan in the chat. Walaikum Assalam. Tasty Tanner. Thank you for being here. And Zach Riley. Glad that you're here, bro. We've got Randall Thor 19, that piece of... He's streaming at the same time, so there's going to be overlap, and that gigantic monolithic man is going to be eclipsing our show numbers. But here, I'm grateful for the people who like to get saucy on their Saturdays. Can we talk about koalas? I like koalas, says fuck you in the chat. Maybe we can. They're an endangered species after all. Shout out to everyone. Bruce Dickens says he's, I'm watching this on my Firestick. It's lagging. I know what you're talking about there. Taste Santa goes, random streaming, gotta go. You. How dare you? How dare you? Oh, shout out to 60 people in the chat. We're about to get sourced, and we've got a lot to talk about. Believe it or not, I'm semi-organized. Thank you for everyone coming in the chat. We have a multitude of topics to talk about in the gaming sphere today. Every week there's a development. Every week something's happening. Good, bad, for Xbox, for PlayStation. Narratives crushed. Narratives realized. Narratives destroyed. The topic of this stream. The topic and title of this stream. Gears of War E-Day. I wanted to talk about this. I've talked about Gears of War on Game On Daily for years. Where Gears needs to go for years. I have been cold. I say cold. I have been a little bit lukewarm on Gears ever since Gears 2 or 3. I don't remember. But ever since I played, I think it was the third one I played it, and I thought, this needs to evolve. This needs to change. It's becoming very, very samey, and it's losing its impact on me. And now, genuinely, I'm really excited because the direction they're going for... Wow, my voice was deep there. The direction they're going for is the direction I've been praying that they go for based on what we know. So it's going to be... It's good to be an Xbox fan. Console Wars... a little bit weird with their strategy, but you know, maybe there's some normalization here because the executives aren't your friends, so let's treat them like the shegs that they are. Shout out to Mozambique. Walaikum Assalam. Likes to play catches. I genuinely thought he was about to say semi-hard. Yo, let's go. Let's talk about the sauce. Let's talk about so many topics from Gears of War E-Day. We're going to talk about Sega's seeing net losses, talking about Sony's roadmap is now really, and thanks to Colt's very expertly crafted graphic, really hits the nail on the head there. PlayStation guys aren't very happy with a lot of bad news. Sony's cutting their physical stuff. Sony PlayStation exclusive animations for a Sonic game. The money hunting, they don't say anything about that. PlayStation Plus continues to suck. You got Stellar Blade hit 1 million sales. That's caused bit of dissenting opinions on both corners. Some saying it's really good, others saying it's really bad. If you follow me on social media, you know what I feel about that. We'll talk about that. Hypercharge also sells 100,000 and people are fighting over that. It's an Xbox timed exclusive indie game, great game, which I need to stream with Colt. We've got Ponies comparing it to Stellar Blade though, which is funny. You got J-Dub crying about PC again. It's the new target for the PlayStation guys. We've got people crying about Naughty Dog and the PlayStation tax. We've got Helldivers 2's numbers plummeting massively. We've got Days Gone 2 devs, the developers being shat on by the community that so-called leverage them up. The moment even the devs that make your games back you, the PlayStation ponies will shit on you. We saw it with David Jaffe and we're now seeing it with John Garvin. We also have to talk about Timdog. Timdog and his descent to madness. Timdog. He's become a full pony. Point of no return. We had a back and forth with little Timmy there. And we've got a good video for you this week. A source video that brings in your favorite characters. You're going to love it. We've also got the Xbox Firestick hardware strategies turning into some things I don't like. We talk about it. Lots of bots going after me for my take. But it's time for you to hear the full thing beyond some memes. And we've got the reality of what that means for PlayStation. So that's just some of not all of the topics. Oh, don't be the curse of Timdog, Abby. The curse of Timdog. I'm here right now drinking my Monster can. If I collapse, just know that this stream isn't sponsored. But if I do collapse, remember, Monster have to pay for my funeral. By the way, that picture of Japan Hates Xbox made my day. Oh, chat. You may not be on Twitter. You may not follow the madness. But you see, on Twitter, I like to shit on the PlayStation community. It's just fun. It's just lovely. Because they are, in my opinion, the worst fan base. Worst fan base out there. Always have been. Worse than Nintendo fanboys, worse than PC fanboys, worse than Xbox fanboys. Every set of fanboys has their own set of behaviors, but I can never, ever go full PlayStation. You know that clip of me being like vouching for the PS4, which was reams ahead of the Xbox One? I lasted 1 week. Because imagine being freaking surrounded by some of the most useless shags in the space. I'm not saying like, all PlayStation fans are morons, but let me show you this guy. There's a group of PlayStation fanboys whose sole existence in life is to try and get me banned. There's a group of them. They do Star Wars cosplay. There's this guy called Japan Hates Xbox, who's some fat guy from Alabama or something. He's got freaking type 17 diabetes. He works in Japan and oh my god, this guy is so sad. You might have seen him in my source videos. This sad loser. It's so good. You get gifted content because there's so many losers on the side. I can't ask for better than that. So here's Japan Hate Xbox. He goes, according to a very close confidant of Septics. Yeah, right. This guy's literally talking to himself. He's talking to himself. Let me show you the full thing. According to a very close confidant of Septic source who actually hate him. I hate this guy. Just like Asa who ditched him on the podcast. What? Gaz is very worried about he will be our next victim. What are you gonna do, bruv? Sit on me? Third strike on his account now. Last chance. What's he talking about? And it just got instantly ratioed because I just put a picture of him. Shout out to Japan Hate Xbox. This is a grown man. This is a grown man that doesn't ironically do this. He is that loser. He literally filmed himself outside a petrol station in Japan and talking about how no one likes Xbox in Japan. outside a petrol station, like early in the morning. And he goes, hey, I'm in Japan. And I work in Japan. And this guy was calling out a half Japanese, half Chinese guy for being half Chinese. And this guy's a fat American in Japan. What do I do with this information? Source galore, man. There's material. I can make 17 skits out of it. It's just, I'm grateful. I'm grateful, bro. So we get all these kind of losers out there, and there's so many of them, man. And you're telling me the PlayStation community is the best one? Bro, there's so many. I know every community has their unhinged ones, but yeah. Guys, let's drop the Xbox 2 diss track. What, Grandman? Thank you for the super chat. Oh, shit. Guys, your point of view from doc to PDF. Oh my god. That was not on the cards there, but I guess if we have time, it's a weird topic to talk about on stream. You know, I wanted to talk about it, but then the internet is weird about this topic, but it's generally pretty, well, weird. He got exposed as being a Genshin only player. What, Japan hates Xbox? Oh my god. Are you serious? This guy who's made his life mission to hate on Xbox, this, what do you call that in Tokyo Drift? Where they call those outsiders? Like in Japanese? I forgot the name now. That guy just plays Genshin Impact. Isn't that a Chinese game? Or made a Korean game? Bro, oh man. I'm telling you, I can never be a pony. There's no way. There's no way. I tried it for a week. It sucked. It sucked. It's bad. It's bad. But that's the pony shit for you. That's the random shit for you. What have you been up to this week? By the way, before I get into the topics, I finished watching. Let me some random talk. Finished watching Shogun, which is a show that people massively hyped. Didn't think it was all that. And Rand called me. He was like, "Yo, what are you talking about? Bro, it's a masterpiece. One of the best shows in the last 10 years. I'm like, really? Really? Shogun? I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not incredible. Or it's not hitting me. So, I don't know. If I might be in the minority. It seems like I'm in the minority with that one. It was okay. I don't want to give spoilers for people who haven't watched it. But there's one character in particular, the chick. She's the highlight of it all. But, I watched The Boys, and Boys is another one where it's good, but the hype levels aren't matching the... Like, I saw some people saying, okay, can we talk about how this is now better than Breaking Bad? I'm like, again? Really? The Boys? I mean, it's decent, but I seem like... I don't know why. I seem to be in the minority in it. I'm not saying it's bad. It's decent. It's fun. I mean, I do want to see where it's going, but... It's pretty violent as you expect. And the comic books are even more violent than the actual series, by the way. There's some craziness in The Boys. It's looking like it's building up to something. It looks like it's building up to something freaking crazy. So I'm just waiting for it. It's like 5 episodes now. So when are we going to see the madness? You know what I want to see? Actually, that's a spoiler territory. But what I want to see is the superheroes finally break bad and just go mental. Like in Invincible, when the dad just goes crazy. But we'll see. We'll see. Now, where are we? We are 19 minutes, 54 seconds. Gears of War. I want to talk about Gears of War E-Day, man. Gears of War E-Day looks incredible, man. Gears of War E-Day just has so much potential to be something incredible. And I'm gonna have a list of, so not just the E-Day trailer looked good. It had the right notes, but there's a lot to unpack with that trailer. So they're doing the right moves. For ages, actually, I said that they need to slow it down, get the survival horror elements in, make it more impactful, make it more linear. I hated the open world games, and guess what? It's not linear. It's not open world. It's linear. Great news. Great news. I want tightly curated stuff. For ages, we were getting hit with too many linear games, and that got boring. Then we got a little bit open world, and then it got too much. And now we need some balance there. I'm not saying every game has to be linear or it has to be open world, but Gears of War needs to go to that. It's a similar vein that freaking God of War did. And it did a great move, and Gears of War can do that. And it looks like they're doing that. And there's a load of multiple things here to unpack here. And I mean, there's so much potential with Gears. And I'm so glad that Coalition are taking it. Because when they take on with Gears 4 and 5, that was very close, very conservative. But this is a new entry. It's like a mainline Gears. This is not a spin-off. It's not none of that nonsense. So I'm really, really hyped for it. So what are the things? Let me show you a tweet for people who are listening or watching and doing some memes. It's not a spin-off. Oh, let me move the screen here. It's not a spin-off, but a new entry. The main lines. The Coalition is content with the stories. I'm not content with the story of Gears of 4 and 5, by the way. They say they're not abandoning it, but I reckon there's so much you could do with E-Day that you could stretch out the event. You can make 3 games in E-Day. They're quite young. So much must happen. So much must happen. What I don't want them to do is do Gears E-Day and then go back to after Gears 5. Like, I don't want that to happen. A lot of the other stuff seems like generic, but there's an interview here which I'll go into shortly. But they said they're looking to recreate and improve on the series classic cover, and they will be. It's conservative upgrades as well. Like, they're not complete. Don't expect a whole. I've seen a lot of people say, "Oh no, you just want it to change completely," but it's not. It's going back to what its spirit was. And if you're bro, I followed Gears of War right before it was like a tech demo. If you watched the first ever tech demo, yeah, it had full-on survival horror video. I remember downloading it from game trailers or something, like back in the day when the streaming wasn't really that viable, and you download a file for ages and play it over and over again. And you had the big what was the brute thing, you know, the one in Gears of War, which is basically blind, and if you make noise it just smashes into you. Starts with B, I think. Brute or I don't remember what it was. But really they're going back to the spirit of remember that first ever, like, it was crazy. The first ever tech demo had a huge gigantic one with the rockets on its strapped to its shoulders. But they're really going back to it, and one of the things they wanted to show in the trailer was this is their first encounter with the Locust. So you had a normal Locust hive thing, whatever it was called, drone. And it says it here, design team prioritized redefining the Locust drone, which had become simple fodder as the series progressed into something fearsome, physically intimidating, and utterly brutal. Absolutely the right move. How many times did you hear me say on Game On Daily, like, it's just a bullet sponging thing. You're just shooting them. They're just swallowing bullets and that's it. They're just basically ugly human NPCs, basically. That's what they were. They have the same guns. They have the same movements that take cover. They've got maybe the torque bow or some additional weapons that you can take. There wasn't really much that leaned into how ugly they are, how raw they are, how brutalistic they are. And that trailer that we got with Gears E-Day, the CGI trailer, was perfect, because that showed, like, even a mere freaking Locust drone can lift up Marcus and smash him against the ceiling, bro. And he just lifted it up. That was just a normal drone. Like, bro, since Gears of War went crazy, you would expect that to be one of the larger not the Brumac's huge. Berserker, thank you, Stefan, and Illegal Dad. The Berserker would literally do that in the games. You would expect a drone to pick up Marcus and smash him against the ceiling, and it's perfect, man. Because imagine, like, the impact. Like, you're facing these. This is the first time you're seeing them, and these guys are supposed to be brutal. And there's going to be a story to tell with There's so many things here. Understanding the enemy, first of all, reconciling what the hell is going on. It's a crazy story. All the COG are fighting like a war. They've just won a war. I don't know the details of it, but the COG have just like humans fighting each other, which is basically what we do as a species. Imagine you won. Like, yeah, okay. Eternal peace. Bam! And then all of a sudden this freaking almost alien looking, basically demonic things come from the ground. Just like, that's a crazy story. Now, you've been fighting for decades or how long, and then on a planet Sarah, and then boom, these aliens or whatever the hell. You can't even call them aliens. You're in their home, and they just come out from the ground, and you're like literal hell, literal Armageddon, and like literal holes being pulled in, like you're going into hell. Those what are the holes called? I just don't even remember anymore. And then you face these freaking crazy looking locusts, man. It's a great story, and Emergence Day isn't so good to go into. It's actually kind of weird that Gears of War started several years after fighting the locusts, which is great because now we get to go back. It's like Star Wars Episode 1 almost. It's crazy. And then, you know, they hint on the fear of encountering the locust, which is what I'm talking about. So the first stage is like, well, holy shit, copium. What the hell is going on with these freaking crazy things? So, yeah, the way they pace and showcase enemies, new enemies, introduce new enemies, it's going to be amazing. Locusts are already a beast. Then you might have a broom. Well, then you'll get a berserker. Then, you know, that could be like really crazy. Like, holy shit, man. No, you can't. Yeah, I don't even know you have a Hammer of Dawn. I don't think they even developed that. And a lot of people are saying, oh, we don't have the what's it called, the chainsaw gun. Oh, Lancer. You don't have the Lancer. But if you read the interviews, you know that we do get them. So, well, it's so badly hinted at it, basically, and this is what's so cool, is the journey to it. It's very similar to what God of War did. You know, when with God of War 2018, where the when Kratos gets the old weapons from the older God of War, they're doing the same thing, so that humanity has to somehow discover and adapt. So they have to evolve with these new enemies. And humans, as we know in human nature, well, when it comes to war, that's unfortunately, by the way we are designed, we seem to make great strides in technology. We saw in World War 1 and 2, man. Aviation got a tetanus shot. Even the commercial flights, bro, during the freaking Germany's roads are better than ours even. Then they built them years ago. Like the automotive industry changed, obviously warfare technology, all of that. So when humans are pushed to the limit, that's when they really go ahead, especially in the context of war, in terms of devising strategies and evolving, and they're forced to evolve or die. So sink or swim during this period. So you're gonna see what's gonna happen in this game is you don't have a Lancer, and you're gonna struggle with the drones, the locust drones, until you get this Lancer. Like, there's gonna be some mad scientist or some guy you need to go in and, you know, rescue or something, and he's like, look, I've got this weapon. It's pretty basic, basically slapped on a chainsaw to a rifle, but it's cool, man. And I hope they don't make it so easy that once you do get it, then you can just mow down the locusts. It's gonna be wicked, man. Retro Lancer has more recoil. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I'm seeing some stuff in the chat. Oh yeah, I'll talk about the Sony dropping the forever physical. Yeah. They had Hammer of Dawn and Pendulum Wars already. Okay, so you might get that. The Berserker was blind and also a female used to breed. Damn. I want to play Gears of War Ultimate Edition, but then I'll crave 2 and 3, which aren't remastered yet. I'm pretty sure that they've aged quite well. I don't know why people want that so much, but yeah, people do. Oh, Ooh says, Gaz, the chainsaw won't be in this game. The lore says it was made long after. How long after? I'm pretty sure if you look at the interview, you could tell they were struggling to say it's not going to be there. They might have to do some revisiting to the lore. Or take some liberties with the lore. But I reckon it's going to be there. I reckon it's going to be there. Can't have an up close and personal Gears and not have the ability to chainsaw some flesh. It's going to be mad. It's going to be crazy. So the developers had said, so you've got the creative director's name is Matt Cersei. He says, it's going to feel like a new Gears game because that's what it is. It's us revisiting the tone and feeling of what makes Gears great. But we've been tapping into new techniques, new processes, new technology that's going to make the game feel even better. It's going to be awesome, blah, blah, blah. With the advancements in Unreal Engine 5, the leap in technical capabilities is just tremendous. They're going to get 100 times more environment and character details than Gears 5. Hardware, ray trace lighting, reflections, and shadows. Next-gen destruction, gore, cutting-edge animation technology, all of that. Man, you know, after seeing Hellblade 2 absolutely rule the freaking gaming visual stake, imagine what the Coalition will do. But talking about this stuff, hardware, ray trace lighting, reflection, and all of that, makes me think something that Samurai Kibiji in a very good video actually touched upon. And I want to show you a little bit of that. I don't think it has music in there or that loud that would overtake some stuff, but check out Samurai Kibiji's video. Where is it? I'm just gonna switch to it. This video is called Xbox is about to change everything.
That Blade trailer at the Game Awards last year.
And what he touches upon here is something quite interesting. He says
something big has been on my mind about Xbox, and I think they just confirmed it. What does that Blade trailer have in common with these 3 games on screen that we also just got trailers for? It's been right in front of our faces this whole time, and these Xbox execs are teasing and hiding it.
I don't know if I necessarily will go. It's a bold prediction he's about to make, yeah, or bold statement. He's sticking by it, which I respect him for that. I don't know if this is going to pan out this way. He's obviously guessing, and you have to watch the video and about how he comes to this conclusion. But it's an interesting observation that he made.
I'll refrain from comment.
My fellow speculators, this is how Xbox plans to remove themselves from the competition, but it's gonna be a big gamble. I got some reports and whatnot that I'm gonna flash on screen through this whole thing to back up certain
the gamble that he
ideas
talks
and
about
claims
is this
system. So why are we talking about this now? What does that have to do with the 4 trailers? Well, those 4 trailers, Blade, State of Decay 3, Gears of War E-Day, Perfect Dark, they are all 4 missing this platform label.
That is quite significant. Let me change the track. And I think he's onto something here. They are missing this Xbox Series X and S.
Every other game in that Xbox showcase had. If you look at all the trailers in that showcase, they all let us know, hey, this is going to be on Xbox Series. Even the 2025 games. The 2025 games you see like Doom, Fable, South of Midnight, they all have that Game Pass or Xbox Series S and X at the bottom of it. Even the
Now, my gut instinct was, because these are all 2025 games. If you look at this, look.
Partnered stuff all have 2020 showcase. They all let us know, hey, this is going to be on Xbox Series.
Look,
even the 2025 Game Pass or Xbox Series
2025.
They
all these had dates. So for me, I think it's just coming out. Look, 2025. So the reason why they don't have the platform most likely is because they don't have dates. But the reason why I bring this up is because Gears of War in my opinion, is angling to be a cross-gen, next-gen game at launch. That means Gears of War is coming 2026 as a launch title potentially, but aiming to be a launch title for the next box. That is where I think it's going to land. We are all positioning that way. From the statements from Xbox's Sarah Bond, they're talking about it now. They haven't revealed it yet, and they've talked about it multiple times. We're hard at work at our next-gen platform. And everybody knows that it's a no-brainer. You need to go ahead and actually go early to stand a chance to distinguish yourself. Xbox has to do that. So they will most likely, if it's not 2026, it'll be 2027. But it has to, even if it's a year ahead, it has to do it. Xbox, you have to go in early. But when they talk about hardware, ray traced lighting and reflections and shadows, bruv, that's like the equivalent of, well, it's not the equivalent of path tracing, but that this is heavy stuff. Gears of War, I get it. Like, we're like, even at 30 FPS, this is gonna freaking tank the series consoles or any console at this rate. These consoles have already aged. You cannot get hardware, ray traced lighting, reflections, and shadows. Next gen destruction, so lots of physics-based CPU stuff, gore and cutting-edge animation technology all in one. We saw how Hellblade 2, despite how looking incredible, it had constrained game design to be able to enable that kind of fidelity. You're not gonna get that with Gears with that tech unless it's next gen. Now you might say, well, Gaz, they may be alluding to the PC version because Xbox is everywhere now, but I don't think they'd be that flippant. It's an I don't know any information, just guessing, like I'm guessing here with you. I think this is going to be Gears of War is going to be a cross-gen next-gen title, and that would be incredible. That would be freaking sick, man. Gears of War, the original one, it's like the strategy is coming back full circle to the 360 gen. Like 360 gen, we saw the reveal of Gears of War 1, like in the run-up to the launch of the machine. We start seeing it, and Gears of War 1, I still remember the day it came out. Me and my friends, it was this tune. We went to a uni house, did co-op together, booted it up, thought we were good, and put in the highest difficulty, got destroyed. And all our other mates were laughing at us. But the active reload, all of that. This was a game that actually just blew our socks off. Like, yo, this is next gen. And Gears of War, E-Day is going to do that in spades, man. In spades. What we saw there with the trailer for E-Day, the developers were very quick to say this is in-engine. And bro, after Hellblade 2, nothing surprises me because UE5 is that sick. But with hardware, ray traced lighting, reflections, and shadows, along with destruction, no chance this is going to be... You're going to get a compromised version on the Xbox Series consoles. Turn off all that crap. But we want to see this look the dankest. And it's going to be a current gen or next gen game. Next gen game. Do it, man. You've got enough of a roadmap for all these other games. Park Gears to be a next gen uncompromised. What a great ad for the Xbox. Next box. It would be sick. It would be sick. Well, let me catch up with chat. Scatterlight says it just means that they are 2026 plus releases. What is... Oh, you were talking about what I was talking about earlier. Yeah, I do agree with you. Next box games, Gaz. Yeah, I think they are. Tom Warren reported that E-Day is before Fable in September. I'd be very surprised. I saw what Tom Warren said, and I think that would be so silly. And I just don't see how that would work. Unless Xbox, and I wouldn't put it past Xbox doing this, mentioning all these features, but they're all relegated to the PC version. That's so lame. So lame. I mean, the PC is where the source is. Let's be real. But still, like, you can't mention all of these things and not have it. I got burned with Forza, so nothing would surprise me. But I don't think Tom is right on that one. Again, he has sources. I have no idea on what's happening with Gears. I'm tempted to find out, but don't have the energy to do that. Shout out to Nick Marseille. Boring ass week. We didn't banter once. It'll come next week. It'll come. Illegal Dad FRTX. Really? Sub Cult Classic Cage. Good to see you in the chat. Donnie the Pony's there. Port begging. Gears of War for PlayStation. Bless him. Give him some games. They're starving out here. I saw Xbox KBG. Saw KBG in the Xbox Powered On documentary today, says Abdul. Yeah, he was on there. Really good documentary. His reaction to the Xbox Series console launch is how I got to know him. So I think Gears of War is going to be an incredible title, man. I think there's so much there. So you've got the tone set up right. None of this stupid Fast and Furious nonsense where I still remember the time where they cut through this gigantic worm and they just dropped this one-liner. And since then, I was like, this is stupid. And then you got the big gigantic mechs and it just became very Fast and Furious. And Gears of War is remembered for its big moments, serious moments in his history, in his story, like Dom. Just before Gears E-Day on the Xbox Showcase event, I was sharing with you the moment where Dom finds out about his wife. I didn't even share the bit where Dom does this little kamikaze thing, but there's a deep story, and Gears of War is at its best when it tells a serious story. You can have. In fact, this Gears of War is going to have a Carmine. Let's be real. Like, Gears of War always has that comic relief Carmine. Ever since the first... Was it the first Gears where you just get sniped in the head? There's so many different Carmine deaths that I don't remember what the first death was. But I remember something like on top of a Roman type building, and he's going up some stairs. And then he gets sniped in the head. There's daylight. Maybe. I don't know. Gears of War should be violent cinematic horror, says Muppet. Yes, it is. Yep, first helicopter ride. Yeah. Still waiting for the Jade Empire remake. Oh my god, that's a blast from the past. There's one Carmine we haven't seen. I mean, this is going back to God knows when. So yeah, we'll see. Rambling Entertaining guess the drama will come. Yes, it will. It'll be the next Xbox game that's been confirmed to come out on the horrendous PlayStation. KY, but what in the hell is going on? Saucy Sauce. Shout out KY Bob in the chat. Thank you to over 100 of you. I know Rand is streaming the piece of shit at the same time, so I'm grateful for you guys tuning in. So you've got the tone. I hope they really nail the gameplay though. And the gameplay requires this. Again, I know I've talked about this ad nauseum, but I reckon they're doing it. There was a tweet earlier that talked about what they're actually going in on making encounters big. Like if you're going to do a locust drone one-on-one, it's going to be some serious bits of flesh, more detailed destruction, gore. It needs to have that impact. So it's going to be... I think they have no choice to make it like... What I was saying before is like you knew a Gears of War set piece and how it was going to play out almost before even happened, because you could just look at it. These like conveniently placed pillars here, little one here, another one here, just like that, and then you just like slamming. You know you're going to slam into that wall. There's that cover there. So in order for Gears of War to be really good, Gears of War E-Day's gameplay to be good, there has to be a lot of dynamism in the level design. So, you know, you have to have destruction. You need to be able to, and this is a smart way of designing gameplay, to have dynamic playing fields so that you do create your own cover there. And not just like, in a way that's like, oh, here's a flashy little cord to a piece of, I don't know, like a platform. Shoot it, boom. Don't cheapen it. Make the gamer feel like the game world is dynamic enough that maybe the gamer can craft his own his or her own gameplay space. There's a massive, I don't know, bookshelf comes to mind, but whatever. Smash into it and dynamically, you know, drop it and then hide behind it. Make it, and don't make the freaking, you know, the blind fire. That seemed a little bit like, it got silly after a while. Like, it was almost, you could actually just not take damage, or take little damage as you were blind firing and just waste their health over time. So yeah, there's a lot they could do with that gameplay. In terms of gameplay, in terms of multiplayer, this is where I think Coalition going to struggle a little bit in terms of trying to, I don't know. I hope that they aren't. We saw the some of the discourse on Twitter about this, and so Epic Treasure shared a clip of the movement of Gears of War. I wonder if I can find it. But Gears of War's movement was just like all over the place. Like they're using the cover, and especially on keyboard and mouse, what they had done is they had mapped the cover mechanic to the mouse buttons, the scroll wheel. So you're just like scrolling down and just activating cover, and then you're just bouncing around it. I know gamers like that kind of stuff. I also like that kind of movement based stuff. If you ever played games like, you know, like even Counter-Strike, the way you would move and bunny hop, I get it. So you've got this struggle where the multiplayer, like, core gamer likes to have the fluidity and snapping of everything, but then you'd have a very disjointed game where the single player game is playing very differently to the multiplayer. And I think they need to stick to their guns, assuming the single player is going to play how I imagine it, is make it up close and brutal and personal, man. Make it, slow it down. You can still have the snappiness, but add the dynamism I'm talking about in an arena. Dynamism I don't want to overstate too much, but it'd be good to have. Remember, this game has to actually run well, and it has to be, I think multiplayer has to be 60 FPS, so you can't have all manner of a dynamic freaking battlefield. And in fact, if it was that dynamic, they would probably be shouting over the roofs about that feature, but they talk about destruction. So, like, it's going to be interesting, man. But I think Gears of War E-Day could be the best Gears of War we've got in a long time. And I'm happy to say that, because the status quo wouldn't have been the way to do it. The status quo is what we, you know, of the open world Gears 5. Nah. We're going to see Maria get taken and find out what landed Marcus behind bars. KY, I haven't even read the books, but apparently the lore is really good. Rand is here? I don't. Rand's streaming right now. Sony PlayStation killed Bluray today. We're talking about Bluray. Mohammed Lawal says some co-op team-based attacks would be interesting. Leg up to cross cover or barging people out of cover. Great idea. Barging people out of cover. I hope the way they run is like they turn into a turtle and it's like need to evolve it a little bit. It probably will remain the same because you have to traverse the gameplay somewhat, but a little bit of change there. Like, I didn't necessarily like it that much. It's not the end of the world, but I think that needs to change. Happy is open world? What does that mean? What? It's not open world, bro. So yeah, that's Gears of War. And Gears of War E-Day is like, it's gonna be, as a lot of people were saying, one of the things, I hope they do this, but the indication that they gave was, because someone asked, will Gears of War have multiplayer? And the guy's like, yeah, of course, this is your standard Gears of War. And I hope, well, let's see if it actually pans out. But I hope Coalition have the balls just to give us a traditional multiplayer mode. Not everything has to be designed to last forever, man. It doesn't have to be gas. I'm sure there'll be gas elements in there. I'm sure there's going to be a season pass in there because why not? That's where the money's at, right? But just make it a multiplayer mode with gameplay mode. Haven't even talked about horde mode. The freaking game that devised it, that designed it, created it. Yeah? And let's be honest. PlayStation, Nick Marseille, if you're there, copied. Got Coalition madly. Yeah, Coalition copied Kill Switch. Yes, it did. But Gears of War made it dank, and everyone copied it, including your beloved Naughty Dog, which have gone on record to say that. But let's take a look at little Nicky's tears and the victim complex that he has. I saved this. Nicola! Check this out. Nibbles is obviously a massive pony, and so is Nicola. So this kind of comment is amazing. And we all know how Nibbles approaches things. He doesn't consider himself to be a fanboy. If he can't be honest with himself, then we can't help him. But let's explore this comment. Not only does Uncharted 4 still look and feel state-of-the-art current-gen game, it does. Shout out to Naughty Dog. But its combat arena design is still among the most dynamic and mobile of any grounded third-person shooter. I think it's overstating things a little bit. And then he said, gameplay of Naughty Dog games is all... So this is what Nicola is saying. Gameplay of Naughty Dog games is always top tier. Nobody acknowledges it enough. Do you know why? Because it's good, but it's not special. It's carried heavily by the set pieces and spectacles, the visuals, and all the storytelling. But the visuals, like all this is like Uncharted 4. When I reviewed it, I gave it an 8 out of 10. And I said, look, the formula is getting stale. How many times you just, the single player especially, you climb, you're pressing up and pressing square. And I wanted a bit more dynamism in it. This is not Hellblade. This is the old, you want to showcase the prowess of gameplay. And in many ways, despite the spectacle of it, the core gameplay design is very basic. From the weapon designs, very basic. Your assault rifles, your shotguns, your magnum pistols or whatever. And they're good. I'm not saying they're bad. The Last of Us benefit added, you know, its abundance of animations in it, and that all that stuff, additive stuff, absolutely makes the game, adds to the gameplay. But the reason why no one shouts it about it, because it's obvious that despite all of that refinement, it's still borrowing ideas. I remember when Gears of War actually had a shield, and when you were hiding behind a shield, the next Uncharted copied that. And there were other features like that as well. I'm trying to remember what they were, like smoke and stuff like that. So I don't think it's a cutscene movie game, but it relies heavily on that kind of, which is fine. It worked really well. Naughty Dog, through doing that, in many ways popularized the whole, well, actually it wasn't just Naughty Dog. It was, to be fair, Studio Santa Monica with God of War. They made those set pieces, which were more visually astounding, but in terms of gameplay, you were what? Like you're going up beside and you're pressing up and square all the time. Then you fight him and whatever. Press up and square, up and square. A lot of Uncharted's crazy train segment. You're pressing up and square, but it looks nice. There just needs to be evolution in that. I'm not saying Naughty Dog aren't capable of it. If anyone's going to actually refine it, I'm sure Naughty Dog will. But Gears of War created the template though, saucily, bro. Gears of War copied Resident Evil 4. The fuck are you talking about, Nick? Gears of War copied Kill Switch. You shit. Gears of War copied Resident Evil 4. Gears of War copied Kill Switch, man. Kill Switch and this cover system and the whole thing was, that's Kill Switch, not Resident Evil 4. Because it had over-the-shoulder freaking... Come on, man. How did it copy freaking Resident Evil 4? Cool. And Resident Evil had to seriously up their game. They did. Uncharted 5 is where AAA games started to die. I think Uncharted... I think the PlayStation formula of these beautiful looking games with very similar multiplayer... single player... That template started to wane. It really did. And a biggest example of that, and that leads into one of the other topics, is Days Gone. Days Gone was a... I'm told by some PlayStation fans that it was an incredible game. A lot of my friends say it. My friend Ben will promise, will die on the hill that it's an incredible game. And every time I play, I get bored. And it's not your typical kind of cinematic game. It's an open world zombie game. But today, the freaking John Garvin, was the guy who made the game, is beefing with the community manager at the freaking studio. Let me show you at Bend. Have a look at this. So this little community manager goes, and this is a bit catty from the community manager. I apologize to our Days Gone community for continuously getting fed false hope and poor information by people looking for likes. It's not fair to you all. We are currently working on a new IP, and when we have actual news to share, it will come from our studio. And who is he referencing? John Garvin, the guy who is a developer and made this game. And he goes, haha, John Garvin then quote tweets him, says the dude who hasn't developed a game in his life and only has his job because he was a super fan of the game I made. So imagine the sacrilege. This little Kevin McAllister, yeah, just gets the job there because he's a super fan. And now the John Garvin's left, he's chirping up against him. He goes, sit down, son. Oh, shit. I'm just reporting on the comments of fans who feel cheated out a sequel to a game they love. I don't make the comments. Wow. This is how you treat your developers. We've seen it. Nick Marseille, you'll shit on... He loves God of War, but you'll shit on the father of God of War, David Jaffe. The moment he dares say anything negative about PlayStation or positive about Xbox, Nikki, you know it. How do you treat your heroes like that? Shout out to Risky. He's going back and forth. And he's allowed to feel a certain way. But I'm telling you, PlayStation guys will defend the brand over the heroes who made the games. They'll shit on them. Because if you look at the thread, it's full of ponies. Look. This guy's a massive pony. The irony. El Jabarito, obviously, he will do whatever it takes to be a martyr for PlayStation. Just focus on the game you're making right now and let Days Gone be. It is what it is. God forbid any fans actually want a sequel to that game. John's out here cooking him. Who feels cheated? Team Garvin all the way. I like this. Although John Garvin talks a lot of bollocks as well. I'm not going to lie. John Garvin does talk bollocks. But I'm going to like this for console wars. Look at these. So salty. All of that. Shit. Let it go. Of course, this pony will say that. That's how slow news is. We're revising you Uncharted 4's history. Uncharted 4's history? How are we revising Uncharted 4's history? You Xbox and your fixation about believing Xbox pioneered everything in gaming? What? Nick Marseille is saying that? The blithering pony that gives Sony mad accolades for... Bruv. His future generation of kids will probably think that the day the Earth started, civilization started, was the release of PS1. What are you talking about? PlayStation did invent Resident Evil no matter how much you hope and dream. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Nick Master and Cole Eastwood beefing in the chat. Merkin. Why? Nick Master says good try. 'Cause a giant ball just looks nice, but it's not that special. 'Cause Overwatch beat it. Shout out to Nick Marseille, the perpetual victim of PlayStation's fallacies. Subject source, show them the Xbox roadmap. Damn. Well, that I didn't even timestamp that. Or shout out to 108 Dragon. Yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna add some salt in. I'm gonna add some salt in Nick Marseille's wounds. I know he's blocked Cole Eastwood now, even though he likes to hate on Cole Eastwood through his proxy. Was that Oliver Draco or Darko? That incel? He just sit there and follows him and likes his bollocks. The guy's such a moron. He doesn't even have any reading comprehension, and Nick Marseille loves him. Loves him. So here you go, Nick. Bam! Courtesy of Cole Eastwood. Look at this. Beautiful. Actually a beautiful graphic, by the way. Very well designed. You know that? Nick Marseille's gonna run along to Colin Moriarty as Colin Moriarty farts on camera and cries about people actually using their creative skills to create graphics and stuff in a field and an arena and their hobby that they enjoy. How dare you? How dare you doing this marketing for free? Why you sit there, guzzle on and goggle on PlayStation semen constantly without an ounce of creativity? What are you doing? Learn something. Learn your craft. Learn video editing. Learn photo editing. Make some memes better. Make people laugh. And then do it. But this is like, don't be mad at Cole Eastwood's skills. And look at these skills. Look at this. For the entirety of last gen, we had list wars. And if you have to be so disingenuous to absolutely downplay first parties, man. And look at this. And secretly, Nick Marseille will never admit it, but it burns him. This graphic right now is causing his colon to implode on itself. Because that is amazing. Look at this number. Look at this number. Bro, they're so scarce on the PlayStation side. You can actually see this beautiful blue gradient that Cole is created. It's actually really nice. Normally, this would be covered by PlayStation. Until Dawn. Concord, we'll see how it goes. Like I say, I think people are being a little bit too harsh on it. But Astrobot, definitely a win. Fair Games, what? Marathon, I don't know what's happening with that. I actually want it to be good. That's actually a really nice image, by the way. Wolverine, I know people were playing the early thing, and I know, can't judge it by that. DS2, really first party? Give it, bro, at this point, give them everything, including Horizon, the Nintendo Switch game. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man, Nick. Look at that, bro. Look at that, bro. Come on. So much greatness here. You got South of Midnight, third-person weird claymation storytelling game. You got Clockwork, and it's gonna be like freaking, well, kind of like Bioshock with those vibes. You got Gears of War, third person. What happened with this idea that Xbox is going to be all gas because of Game Pass? We always gloss over this fact. But look at these games. Just look at these games. Single player with multiplayer. Fable. Oh, that's Project Mara. Don't even know what it is. It's like an experimental single player game. Avowed single player. Outer World single player. Fable, most likely just single player. May have co-op, but just single player. Everwild, no one even knows what that is. State of Decay, multiplayer co-op zombie game. And like a Sea of Thieves. I mean, know how much you love Sea of Thieves, eh, Nikki? What's this? Where is that game? Oh, Age of Mythologies, RTS. Then you've got Towerborn, indie style. Everyone likes it. I tried it briefly, didn't like it. Contraband, like it's gonna be a heist game, third person, single player co-op game. Flight Sim's coming to PlayStation, by the way, and I don't care. Indiana Jones, first-person freaking story-based game, or another RTS. Perfect Dark, a first-person story-based game. May have multiplayer, by the way. Should have multiplayer, by the way. Co-op, considering the N64 did. Call of Duty is just Call of freaking Duty. Doom, a first-person freaking action arena freaking Tony Hawk's on crack kind of game. PC only. I'm sorry. There's the PC is the way to play it. Blade, third-person single-player game. OD, I have no idea what that is, but Kojima's freaking movie-type game. And Elder Scrolls is Tangs. And that's of what we know. What we know. And there's stuff that we don't even know that's in the works. And the ones that really excite me out of this are Gears of War E-Day. And trust me, Gears of War pretty lukewarm on until this massive change that I've been waiting for decades for it to happen, seemingly. E-Day is good. Bro, we need to give some beef to Rare. I know that there's creative fucking, like, amazing, like, whatever. But it's time to ask them, what are you doing? Like, you cut Tango Gameworks and they had 2 games in the works. Is Everwild ever going to come out? Is that going to be cancelled? I don't know. But the big ones for me are E-Day, Fable. Fable's going to be Xbox's probably best rated game of all of these, I reckon. State of Decay 3. State of Decay 3, if it, based on everything we know about that game, if they finally deliver the game that we've always wanted, then I'm on it. State of Decay 1 and 2 just tapped the potential of it. State of Decay 3 is going to be incredible. Potentially. Yeah. Actually really excited for Indiana Jones, by the way. I think it's going to be a good game. Middle 80s meta, but why? It'll be good. But, okay, I'll tell you, I keep getting distracted. There's so many good games to talk about. Blade, I can't wait to see actually what they do with that. I think this is also going to be another next box game. It's a long way away. I'll tell you the games. If I could pick 5, sorry, I'm just ADHD. I'll pick Gears. I'll pick Fable. I will pick State of Decay. I have to pick Doom. And Perfect Dark. Oh, and Blade as well. Okay, yeah. Now, if I could pick any 5 from those, that's my priority. Gears, Fable, State of Decay, Perfect Dark, and Doom. Gears is a third-person action game with multiplayer. Fable is going to be a single-player RPG. State of Decay is a third-person co-op, whatever, survival game. Gears of Doom is just beautiful single-player mercages. I call it Tony Hawk's with guns, the way you combo stuff. We played the video of I always forget his name, that streamer, man. He's just really talented, really good. And Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark just has the vibes for me, man. The story vibes are so, it's just oozing, like, back, this is gonna sound weird, but back to the old FPSs like No One Lives Forever and a bit time splittersy, but with more Deus Ex, with Mirror's Edge. It's just so good. Such good games with character. I haven't even mentioned South of Midnight. Like, but those are my 5 games. Clockwork could be incredible. Clockwork's really good. Not all of these games are going to hit. There's going to be duds there. But Xbox, it looks like they're starting to, like, Redfall was an absolute shocker. And I feel like they're going to up their quality content here. But of all those games, the best like high-hitting scoring ones, I reckon will be, well, Doom is standard. I reckon E-Day and Fable is the ones you need to watch out for. These are going to be big. The sleeper hit, though, I reckon is State of Decay 3. That kind of Power World level sleeper hit. If it hits the right notes, that's the potential of State of Decay. A zombie game. You know about the Day After Tomorrow, wherever that game was, that was a complete scam. This, if it's done well from Undead Labs, could be a big number generator, bruv, like sales-wise, community-wise. Let me just go into SolarStream. Bam! Look at the comments, sorry. Is Contraband there? Yes, it was there. Still Wakes the Deep is amazing. Don't sleep on it, guys. Happy Cloud Gamer, I was actually just going to play that the other day. I will definitely play that. It's a short game, which I like shorter games, so I'll definitely play it. Go hug yourself. Why didn't you stream the showcase? Did you have work? I was at a wedding. So, if you watched my last week's stream, I played the it's up for Patreon. I just recorded my reactions to it if you want to watch that. I know it's not terribly exciting. Fable makes as hard as a pony looking at an SSD. Fable makes him as hard as a pony looking at an SSD. The SSD stuff didn't really turn out to be a bit bollocks, no? Well, it was bollocks. Ratchet and Clank made use of it, but it ended up being bollocks because even solid state drives could do that. But remember, Sir Mark Cerny said that SSDs in relation to the PS5 would be transformational to the way game design was going to happen. We're not there yet. I actually was hoping it was going to be true. I hope SSDs become baseline minimum requirements. When that happens, game walls will change. So, I've been all over the place. I have this like list of topics really well organized in a table, but I've gone all over the place. But yeah, like I know I make fun of mostly for console wars, but the roadmap is very important. PlayStation will get if PlayStation doesn't get a good roadmap announcement or set of games at the end of this year for the PS5 Pro launch or reveal, well, the showcase event for the PS5 Pro, that is a fat L, man. You can love up the hardware specs, but content is king. If you don't show that, I'm not saying they won't, but if they don't, I'll be surprised, and 2 will be insufferable. It's gonna be absolutely mad. And well, you know what you're gonna see? You're gonna see a lot more of this. What am I talking about? Shout out to Astro Cyborg with some dank receipts. Or did J-Dub respond to me? Check this out. You know, PlayStation guys, they just hate on everyone, and now their target is PC. Check this out.
So now when you come to Concord, what is the convincing? Because the question marks have gone up again. It's like, okay, who are these people? And also, currently, Concord will run into this problem, which is this whole PSN thing with Steam.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a little bit overstated there with this whole Steam thing.
Because if a lot of the people don't want to make a PSN, it's required for Concord. So they're instantly checked out. They're like, I'm gone. See you later.
Okay.
I would have tried your game, but
people
not anymore.
People on PC had to go to the Valorant client to get the game. It wasn't even on Steam. Yeah. So everybody fucking cries all the time. This is the nonsense that
I do agree with him there.
It takes the shit out of me because PC gamers cry about everything.
Good. Let them stand for their rights, even if it's a little bit over the top.
But Valorant isn't even on Steam. So why are y'all crying about having to have a PSN to play the game?
By the way, Valorant not being on Steam and having its own launcher was a very bitter topic because I played Valorant at launch and I bought the freaking £150 freaking dragon cosmetic. I'm a moron. Bad with my money, but it's bad. And the anti-cheat stuff was basically people were saying there was like spyware, like watching that shit, bro. People are glossing over the fact that how much the PC community hated that. It got murked.
Yeah.
They have to go through 50 different clients for in 6 different stores for various games.
Over it.
But it's something about PlayStation, and that's why it goes back to
PlayStation tax. It's something about PlayStation.
What I said earlier before you got here, B, was with the PC gamers that play a lot of console type games.
J-Dub.
Those are just disgruntled Xbox guys that jump to...
Yo. J-Dub says, yeah, you heard that correctly. Hear it again. So these are the words that came out of his mouth. Don't excuse me of putting words in his mouth.
With the PC gamers that play a lot of console type games, those are just disgruntled Xbox guys that jump to PC for the better performance, and so they didn't have to deal with, the teasing and stuff like that. That's
any PC guy who plays console games, like PlayStation exclusives on PC, they are just disgruntled Xbox guys who can't handle the teasing on Twitter or wherever JW resides.
General this because a real PC guy plays PC centric games.
What? What do you mean, bro? Like, are these not games? Are they not good games? You're telling me these games don't do well, and several games that appear on console do well on freaking PC. What? Turn them into a different species of gamer, man.
They play the games that are only on PC. They're not looking to play console ports. So
why not? If a console port of a game has the appeal that's broad, they will play it. Like, yeah, of course, PC offers so much variety, and they're open. They don't have the snobbishness, the snobbery that a lot of the console gamers do about kind of gaming. They will play all sorts and have more fun playing a game where what was that game? And I so badly want to get a PC that can run these games well, even though they're basic games. There's a game right now where there's like 4 guys chained to each other, very basic looking game, and you have to coordinate together to go up these like massive platform up into the sky. Now, J-Dub will laugh at that, mock it, and absolutely shit on it because look how basic game it is. But you will have more fun playing that kind of game because you're interacting with people. And PlayStation guys don't understand this because PlayStation, like their love life, is a solitary affair. So they get single player games, get all the action. So it's like that, their gaming habits are just like that. But God forbid you actually enjoy co-op games. But Helldivers was the one that broke the camel's back.
This game could cater to both markets. It could be successful or not, or it could just
talking about Concord, by the way.
Hey, it could be hit on PlayStation and not on PC.
I love the fact that he says he doesn't entertain the notion that Concord might not be good on either platform.
We don't know, but we'll find out during the beta.
He can't even come to even entertain the notion that it might just not be that good.
We'll find out doing some of the testing and stuff like that, and I'm going to be interested to see how it plays out. But I'm gonna be honest, it's a game. I look at it as a game for PlayStation. I don't care about the PC crowd because they're always going to go back to their Dotas, their
what? I don't understand that. Did I hear that right?
Empire Survivors and the Leagues of Legends and the World of Warcrafts.
I mean,
so if it's a PlayStation game because PC gamers might get bored of it quicker. I don't get that. That's a weird point. Okay. That's okay. Let me read the super chats. Thank you, chat. Let me read some super chat. Let me read the chat as well. Catch up on the chat. Rambling Entertained with a 2. Shout out to you, man. He goes, my last console was a PlayStation 4. Alright, fair enough. Percy Pringles with a 5 says, ponies act like spoiled brats and can't stand to see other people enjoying things. They don't have the PS5 at... They don't... they can't read, bruv. Can't stand to see others enjoying things they don't have. Even if they have, like, PC, they will buy another platform just to shit on it. PlayStation 5 has coasted on PS4 success. Now there's nothing. I don't think there's nothing, but I do agree with an element of coastage. Coasting on past glories, coasting on cross-generation games, coasting on the reputation of PS5. Actually, you know what, Percy? You're right. Colt. Nick was saying Colt Eastwood on it. Colt Eastwood in the chat goes, PlayStation gamers sat there with the controller idle in their lap while they look at Stellar Blade cutscenes. Oh, shit. Colt, Xbox gamers sat with their broken Elite V2 watching Stellar Blade on YouTube. Bruv, might as well. It's just ass the game. I do want to play Stellar Blade, by the way. And that actually is a good segue at 1 minute 22 seconds or 1 hour 22. And that's Stellar Blade. Oh my god, man. Nick Marseille is... You're so insecure, Nick. And I know you'll deny it, but I understand you better than you understand yourself. So Stellar Blade, yeah. Stellar Blade sold more than 1 million copies. And Fonzarelli had a take, which I didn't agree with. He says that's not really that high. And a lot of people said that. A lot of people said 1 million only for a game that was hyped so much. And here it is. Let me pull it up for you. How do I check the quote tweets? Jay Fonzarelli. Stellar Blade only sold 1 million copies. With the way Twitter was acting over it, I thought they would sold more. These third-party exclusive deals just aren't doing well. Now, I disagree with that. I think 1 million for a new IP from a studio that pretty much unknown is very good. Where's Nicky Marseille? Where's Nick Marseille? Nick Marseille, why are you not showing up? Are you hiding? There's where's Nick Marseille? So he could not take that comment. Y'all have some balls belittling this achievement. I don't know, y'all. This is Jay Fonzarelli, by the way. He's quoting. After discovering that your darling couldn't make the top 100 games sold and has 67 concurrent players. He's talking about Hellblade 2. Stellar Blade sales aren't bad because Hellblade 2. And why? Why are you quote tweeting Fonzarelli? Jay Fonzarelli, the guy who shat on freaking thingy. And I tried to explain to him, your darling reality. Jay Fonzarelli, after playing... You don't understand. Jay Fonzarelli was literally shitting on Hellblade 2 even rawly than he was publicly. But publicly he said enough for you to not say what you did. Because after playing a couple of hours of Hellblade 2, I just have to say that so far, I totally understand why reviewers are giving it unfavorable scores. It's just not much of a game to me. Feels more like a really beautiful tech demo, which is absolutely fair. And I completely understand that point, which I said it in my review. Puzzles are just dumb. I agree. Combat is very basic. I disagree with... Okay, maybe basic, but it's effective, and I love the combat. The game just hasn't evolved from the first. I do agree. Which, by the way, I didn't care much for either. That's the difference. That's the difference. If you liked Hellblade 1, you will like Hellblade 2. Praying that Ninja Theory turns to a new IP ASAP. And that's why I said in my review, Hellblade 2 is going to be very divisive. But Nick Marseille, you had to pick. You couldn't hate. This is Jay Fonzarelli, man. Why? He's not thinking of it of, oh, Hellblade is doing well. Why are you going after this guy? Our back and forth was like, literally, yo, Fonzarelli shat on Hellblade 2 constantly. He goes, how does that excuse him widespreading this cult Eastwoodian idea that one copy somehow underwhelming? Well, you quoted Fonz and called it his darling. What, you're using him to leverage your point and say, and you didn't just say 1 million. You didn't make an argument about why million is good. You just said Hellblade 2 bad to a guy who hated Hellblade 2. What? Where's the substance of your argument? Is the only way to assess the success of Stellar Blade comparing it to Hellblade 2? Really? Is that the only way you could do that? And then you just wait and it goes, oh my god, bro, you literally, half of this is disingenuous fluff. You using fonts, you say your darling, y'all have some balls. You're referencing who? Who's your darling? Who are you talking to here when you've quote tweeted this man? Me? But I disagree with generally that it's bad. I think it's really good. But if you look into the studio, they have... The question is whether or not the money they made was enough to offset the expenses of this game and the budget of this game. And we don't know the answer to that. But generally, if you do look into the studio, you can imagine the overhead's actually going to be quite high. Hellblade 2 had about... Ninja Theory's development team, I think they're about 80, 90 people. And I think... I forgot the name of the studio that made Stellar Blade. A chat. But it's like 200-300 people. I'm not saying it's bad. I think it's good, but it's all based on whether or not they recoup their money. Hellblade 2, no one... I don't know how that's recouping money. Because Microsoft didn't even market the shit out of that. Before the run-up to it, I was making fun of Microsoft's marketing constantly. I'm like, where's Hellblade 2? Do you know? You wouldn't believe it's coming up in 1 month. 1 month became 3 weeks, became 2 weeks. And you have these dumbass bots who are like, oh, you think Hellblade's not being advertising? Hey, look at this Aaron Greenberg's freaking tweet. Like, these guys are idiots, man. You don't... The Xbox didn't even back the first party game. The game that they revealed their console with. So of course it's gonna do shit. People don't even know. Mutahal was like, wait a minute. Is this coming out soon? Shift up. Thank you. Remember, guys, Cole Eastwood says, Shift Up had to give 30% to PlayStation. That's another factor as well. In the spiraling expensive costs of game developers, maybe Shift Up didn't make that money. So I think it's okay on a cursory glance, just by the sheer numbers of things. But the conversation is a lot more nuanced than that, right? You guys make fun of monthly active users and numbers and all of that. But when it comes to nuance in terms of developed budget, in terms of number of people that are making it, and the 30% cut that Colt's alluding to, all the factors may make it that in reality, it may have come short. Or, remember, PlayStation may have paid a bag to make it a timed exclusive anyway. So, again, I maintain for a newish, unknown studio, Stellar Blade has to be a success. I'll be very surprised if it isn't. Or quite surprised, I should say. But I don't profess to know whether or not it works. I don't know the inner numbers behind it or... Where's Nikki? Nicola, where'd you disappear? Rambling Entertained, shout out to you. Thank you for the 5, man. Because PlayStation fanboys will tell you on one hand, games like GTA 6 will get us to buy a PS5. But at the same time, they say that we stick to PS-only games. Oh, shit. In fact, J-Dub made that point. And J-Dub says the same thing about GTA 6 on another freaking podcast. In the same podcast, actually. Yo, J-Dub. Unless GTA 6 is an exception to your rule, yeah? Rambling with this truth source. The reality is GTA 6 is just a force within itself. When Nick Marseille said, I'm not buying this game if it's not got 60 FPS on the PS5 Pro. Shut up, man. With your bald ass head, you're playing this game day one, even if it's 30 on Pro. And if you're not, you're only doing it for posterity, or posturing, I should say, for the Twitter. And if you don't do it, if you don't buy it, I still think, I actually think it's worse. Because I know you're doing it to keep up appearances. If you're that headstrong about 60 and 30 FPS, oh, please God, make one of the PlayStation games 30 FPS. Oh my God, please God, make one of please God, make Naughty Dog's next game 30 FPS, even on the PS5 Pro, just so I could taste the tears. I doubt it will be, but I would taste Nick Marseille's tears even more than I taste right now. So succulent. Go buy a freaking PC, you elitists. El Nini says, guys, you're still holding the line. Nah, man. I draw my own. That's the source, bro. Rise of the Ronin was also forgotten. I really want to play Rise of the Ronin, man. I actually think it would be a good game. But it looks, actually, gameplay-wise, it looks like my kind of jam. So I don't want to hate on Rise. Apart from the visuals, because all the bots, the ponies, love their visuals, right? And then in comes Rise of the Ronin. It looks like a PS2 game in some areas with the most. And the irony is the pony animations or the horse animations were dog shit. So like it's like it works on a meta level of how Rise of the Ronin sucked. But let's talk about because I love shitting on ponies, man. It's just like a full-time hobby just when it comes to the gaming content creation space. You're so negative because I love it. And because how can you get such endless entertainment from the riding around of the PlayStation guys? And here's another example. Wait 1 second. 130, 230. So we saw this week SEGA makes net losses of 6.6 billion yen. 6.6 billion yen, right? And we got an article that explained why. SEGA sees net loss of 6.6 billion yen due to, I mean, it's in the title, right? Business structuring in Europe and cancelled games. Just to clarify, their profit fell by 86%, which is ridiculous. The company posted a net loss of 6.65 billion yen, which is $41 million. And the losses are significant considering SEGA had a net profit of 11.4 billion. This does not mean the SEGA game performed badly. Look, again, look. This does not mean that the games performed badly. They did well and boosted SEGA sales. However, the company's operating profit suffered a sharp decline as a result of structural reform implemented at SEGA Europe. Due to the changes in the market profitability downturn, SEGA sold off developer Relic whilst cutting 240 employees. I mean, it's pretty there. It's in English, right? Plain simple, right? Right? There it is. That SEGA, the third part. SEGA, yeah? So, explain to me how this now ended up becoming Xbox Game Pass's fault. And this is the same guy who actually recently was, after 2 months, a month of the Hellblade's release, he was bold enough to say, Hellblade 2's visuals aren't that good. Horizon Forbidden West, Horizon Forbidden game, the shit game. Anyway, the games and graphics is the best. They care. The graphic cores, man. It is really. I blame Game Pass. Sorry. M goes, I blame Game Pass. He's linked this, which was the video. It's the same article we just watched, where the title was this. He goes, I blame Game Pass. It's on their mind. This is the Xbox tax. The tax is reality is Xbox is branded in their head. And Lil Risky goes, it's literally says the cause in the article's headline, neither of which had anything to do with Game Pass. It's Game Pass's fault. They just won't admit it. Now, obviously, he's taking the piss, but you think that he's just being facetious until you just bro, I had the displeasure of being on a podcast, so this is the maximum extent to the logic, by the way. And the games here ask, what game? He goes, how? Sega put their games on Game Pass. I'm like, what games? Unicorn Overlord, Shin Megami Tensei, Like a Dragon Infinite, Sony Hedges are not on Game Pass. The other games are. And the people that on Xbox are waiting for these games to come to Game Pass, it's Game Pass's fault. What? And then to which I replied, where were the PlayStation gamers? Where are they? You constantly make fun of how the Xbox are just tiny, insignificant portion of this pie who don't even make a dent on sales. So then where are the PlayStation guys? All of a sudden, the market leader and his abundance of console gamers suddenly disappeared out of the equation. And you know what his response is? It's Game Pass's fault, guys. Whenever Square Ethnic, I don't know what Square Ethnic is. I assume it means Square Enix. Whenever Square Enix or Ethnic posts a loss, it's PlayStation's fault. So, okay, you guys are responsible for Sega. He's having revenge. Do Sega make exclusive games for Xbox? Great point. They put it on Game Pass, which teaches everyone they're not worth a buy. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you PlayStation fans. What do you do with that? What do you do with that? And, bro, it's not just him. All the Pony stables. Look, how many people agreed with him? 180 people agreed with that nonsensical post. And it gets worse. Because none other than serial PlayStation guzzler J-Dub says Xbox couldn't save them. Why couldn't PlayStation? Sega losing 6.6 billion yen due to business restructuring. He's copied and pasted the reason why the losses happened, but he's prefaced it with Xbox couldn't save them. 253 likes. And now you wonder why in the US you've got Biden versus Trump, the two best people you put out there, because yeah. Black Cobra with a 5. I see Nick is a little bit salty in the chat. It's okay, Nick. Not having games to play isn't the end of the world. Don't cry. Oh, shit, Nick. How you feeling, Nick? How you feeling, Nick? Cole Eastwood, Nick Massey says, Rise of the Ronin is so forgotten that it's the best-selling game Team Ninja ever made. That's true. Cole says, El Nini Gaz never held the line. Damn right. I snorted it. So that was another thing, but now this is a gut punch in the forever physical crowd. So, and it comes from Sony, and I'm not seeing. I see a lot of people concealing this fact, or from the stables, not mentioning this fact. Sony's going to cut 250 jobs from its recordable media business, key manufacturing hub, amid a decline. Remember, buy your games. Hashtag forever physical. A decline in demand for traditional storage formats, and it will gradually cease production of optical disc storage media products, including Blu-ray discs. Everyone knows in reality is digital is the way forward. Like, digital is where it's at. Like, most people consuming digital. Like, 90% digital. Xbox was ahead of the game there in this last gen. Just execution sucked, but digital is the future. But how do you reconcile that? And just to piss off Nick Massey in the chat, because I saw a little bit of back and forth, I'm going to have a look at Post Up to add some salt in his wounds. But the ponies told me I need the whole PlayStation community to pull up. We need answers to physical warriors. J-Dub told me Sony was the only ones trying to preserve gaming. Will you talk about this? I can't read that. But basically, I don't know what. J-Dubs will just go into and talk random shit. Even if it has nothing to do with the point. And he'll just say whatever. That's not good, though. And generally, this future is marking against physical. I've never understood the physical crowd. I always say hashtag forever digital. Show how I roasted poster? Where? Sorry. Where was your selective ass for this though? Sony's new Brazilian production line will provide PS5 physical discs for Latin American players. I don't understand. They'll have a physical PlayStation 5 disc for Latin American players? Okay. This news was in March. But this is a news now? Are you disputing this? Are you saying this news that we just found out recently, that they're gradually going to cease production of optical disc storage media, including Blu-ray discs, is not true? And that's just for Latin American players. What does he say? I don't live there, neither do you. Irrelevant. Nick, didn't I see you earlier replying to post up saying, what's it got to do with America? I don't see the I see the likes there, but it's not a ratio, nor is it the best retail. I'm trying to be fair. Like you're saying the fact that Sony's new Brazilian production line produces physical PS5 disc for Latin America players in March is good because it shows that they're serious about game preservation. Yet today's news says they're scaling it down. Do you know how time works? Nick must say. The past is the past, the present, and then future. Unless you're saying the news is false. I don't know. I genuinely don't know where you're going with that. Chris in the chat goes, Nick, you couldn't roast a Dreamcast guy's steak. Yo, Chris, shout out to you, man. Yo. Damn. Hey, sorry, Nick. As we're talking about the demise of hashtag forever physical, I don't really care for it that much, but let me add some more salt in your wounds, bruh. Ah, Nick. Don't again, Nick. I'm reporting on the news. Don't cry about it. Obviously, I'm gonna shit on it, bro. This Monster can. I've been drinking it slowly, and that's a bad idea because I'm not gonna sleep, and I'm going to a festival tomorrow. A band. What's the band we're seeing with the missus? I always forget. Kings of Leon. Literally last week I was like, oh, I want to go to these things. I want to be VIP if I'm going to go. This is for a birthday present. I'm going to see Kings of Leon tomorrow. I don't know anything about their songs. It's got to do the duties. Anyway, as I digress, ladies and gentlemen, brace yourself. Ponies, brace for impact. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. After the initial success, Helldivers 2 has lost 90% of its player base. 90% of its, with no signs of recovery. And obviously, Portas is getting murked in the chat. A lot of people are bringing up the PlayStation linking drama, but if you pinpoint when that happened, it didn't result in a significant player drop on Steam, especially the same rate of decline continued. Portas came in with receipts, which is a rarity, but he did it. Look, here's the chart. Meteoric rise. And then... Now, I'm surprised Concord lasted as long. I get the appeal for it, but I don't. Again, I'm in the minority. I'm not saying this other people are wrong and I'm right. I could only play 2 games of this, and it's a weird game. I can play a couple of games of it. I'm bored. I cannot play. I haven't gone back to it. I got it on PC. I played it with Nick Marseille. He was level 20 or 25. And he's like, oh, I'm carrying you. He's got all the guns. I've got the base level 6 stuff. He's got lasers and shit and flying bots. And I'm there with my basic stratagems. And it's okay. But I don't understand how the long-term longevity of this game. There's scope, though, to make something bigger, by the way. Like proper story mode, pervasive mode, like big world events. I know the whole thing is a world event with cumulative number of players pushing and electing different events, but I mean proper world events. But this is one of the pitfalls of now. Why does he say he doesn't see any signs of recovery? It could be clickbait with no signs of recovery. Let me just dive into it because I haven't. There's always some annoyance when player counts declines are brought up in the gaming space, but in this case it's a fairly significant story. We're not talking about Starfield losing 90% of its players since launch as a single-player game. Rather, this is Helldivers 2, which was meant to be Sony's big proof of concept. It can make big impact in the live space. And I think it's done that. The proof of concept is there. Helldivers 2 is there. But a few months after launch, the game has seen extremely steep declines. And hey, I'm pretty sure I said that would happen. Now, let me pull up. Did I say that? I'll be honest with you. The game defied my expectations in terms of how long it lasted in the relevance stake. Like, it stayed relevant for a while, but I'm pretty... Was it this game? I said steep decline. I'm pretty sure I did. Give me a second, chat. You can't use the search function on Twitter for some reason. On desktop. It's so stupid. I'm gonna try and some keywords. Oh shit, Gaz, you savant. You are a savant, Gaz. Oh shit. Alright, let me show you for reference what the article said and what I said. Just gotta do a what's his name? Special Nick and pat myself in the back like he always does. Once in a while. Remember, I've got receipts for time, yeah? Here we go. Alright. So, this is what Thingy has said. Where's my OBS? Sorry. Close my freaking... Right. Anyway. This is what Paul Tassi said. Where's my music? I was playing. Oh, shit. I want to show you my WhatsApp. 1 second. Let me show you my... How the fuck do I show this? Here we go. Desktop. How do I do it? Here we go. Has seen extremely steep decline. And Nick Marseille shared a photo with me. Cliff Blazinski, the lead game designer for the first 3 games, was inspired by gameplay elements from Resident Evil 4. I've seen that interview. He talks about kill switch engage as well, you shit. But here we go. 1 second. So, where's my thing? And where's my tweet? Bruv, I had it here, bruv. I'm such a melt. 1 second. Sorry, chat. This is disorganized as fuck. It's not working now. Does this work? Here we go. All this to pat myself on the back. I'm such a prick. Here we go. How do I do it? Bruv, the fuck is going on? Here we go. Ha! So, remember, beware of clickbait, generally. This is what I said in April. I expected a steep... Okay. Drop off. Yeah, Helldivers continues to defy expectations. Sony has a big winner with this one. I did expect a steep drop off. Here, Hellblade... Helldivers 2, I'm a moron. The coffee is fading. Has now seen a steep decline. And it's here. Now, let me add a little bit of perspective on this, because the bot in me wants to shit on ponies. What content has Helldivers 2 released that's big? That would compel people to carry on playing? What have they done? Like, what's come out? Nothing. As far as I'm concerned, they haven't released anything. So why would it still be having a big numbers? So I don't agree with Paul Tassie's idea that there's no sign of recovery. I think it can. It's content driven. And this is the problem with live service games, or the inherent risk with live service games. Unless you don't have the content to supplement that interest and retain that interest, you're not going to get you're not going to get sustained numbers. So Helldivers 2's got this tricky problem, which is the problem that Naughty Dog suddenly realized after God knows how many years it's squandered developing Last of Us Factions, and they suddenly said, oh, you know what, we can't do this because we'd have to dedicate so much time to support this game. So we're going to go back to being one-trick pony single player games. Any word on X Defiant, says Justin Budrum. I was playing it recently. It's solid, but even that game is going to die a death. Don't they have PvP? Who doesn't have PvP? Not Helldivers. Does Helldivers now have PvP? Show Halo Infinite's player base, says El Nini. Halo Infinite's player base is shot to shit. They just have like 5-6k players. Horrendous. Guys, you did say at the start that you were semi-organized. I lied. That's... They should do Helldivers versus Killzone content. Absolutely. Absolutely. But Helldivers 2 shows that it's hard, man. Even if you catch a storm in a bottle, to retain that, it's hard. The game is a massive, humongous success. But there are going to be tricky times ahead. And this is where other developers like, the developers behind Concord and Marathon, all the live service games on PlayStation is going to have to figure out, which just makes the PlayStation Xbox's strategy so intriguing, because they are pushing Game Pass is not sustainable, and yet all the games are pretty much, most of the games are single player games. That's crazy. Explain that to me, ponies. What are they doing? You should be backing Xbox, no? You're a single player centric. It's Xbox guys who are multiplayer centric, and we give it our fair shake. Well, Helldivers isn't all that for me, but I'm excited about Marathon. I was excited about Factions. You need to realize the truth, people. But that's a big drop. Crossover with Foam Stars, says Illegal Dad. Yeah, maybe that would help. Foam Divers. Any word on X Defiant? Guys, I'm waiting for 6 Days in Fallujah coming to Xbox and need a decent tactical shooter that kids aren't playing. This is where Sony could do a SOCOM and it would smash it. But will they do it? No chance. No chance. So, we also got... So this week, and I'll give you a little bit of a hint on what the next Source video, which we filmed today, which is hilarious, if I don't say so myself, is based on a character that has felt scorned, a character that was once one of the biggest Xbox fans ever, and now he feels betrayed. You know who I'm talking about. A man who's barely incomprehensible words resonated with us all. A man who was the myth, the legend. Timdog. Chris is on there. Timdog. So me and Timdog had a back and forth. And Tim's cool, man, but you know, when someone behaves like a sheg, you have to tell them they're behaving like a sheg. And me and Timdog have had back and forth, and personally, when he was behaving like a crazy bot, we've had beef I talked about. So was it this week? Timdog was saying, and this kind of mad U-turn is crazy, where Timdog was celebrating NPD figures for PlayStation with the gifts. Timdog has befriended the very people he was insulting on a daily, and they were insulting him on a daily. They suddenly became his best friends, just like that. From your Red Dragons to your J-Dubs, everyone became his best friend. And now this, I don't know what the led up to. Yeah, good time to leave Xbox, Timmy. Maybe you can throw some bone. Maybe we can throw you some bones to play on your dried up station. PlayStation has games, says Timdog, coming too, and they are better than anything on that list. But nice list nonetheless. The duality of Timdog. Inside, you know, internally, he's screaming. What a weird time to say that, Tim. Is it not? It's a bit of a weird time to say that, no? I love this track. When PlayStation has no roadmap, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? What games? PlayStation has games coming too, and they are better than anything on that list. Which games? You can't name them. So I asked him very seriously, if you think this, why the F were you capping for Xbox this time last year? I don't know why I censored myself. And I think he quote tweeted it. How do you say quote tweet? The answer was, I just started playing PlayStation 5 games and knew they were better. What? You've been doing this, you've been fighting for Xbox for 2 decades, and you just started playing and they knew they're better. I think Xbox has good games, but they will be on PS5, and you'll be back to that guy in the interview crying about Xbox shitting the bed against PS4. Where are we right now? Honestly though, Xbox doesn't have the God of Wars and The Last of Us, even the Horizons. I think everyone knows this now, guys. So all this time, you've been, what, fraudulent? You've been talking shit? You've just been pretending? One of the two things is true. You've just been grifting and just capping for Xbox. But the very games that you were mocking on a daily, you're capping for, which you haven't really actually completed. It's a bit weird, no? You think the PlayStation will have better games because you started playing PS5 games, and Xbox has good games, but they will come to PS5, which will make me mad, and that's why Xbox has better games coming to PS5? Safe. And look, J-Dub is here. The younger Gaz agrees with you, Tim. And J-Dub, who retweets himself, who literally reaching out here. J-Dub will throw you under the bus if you are not a PlayStation fan. And here he is. And they're all loving it. Portrock loved it. J-Dub, all of them liked it. And they're using Timdog rawly, just to push their narrative. They're loving the fact they mocked Timdog on the daily. And they're using him now. They're his best friend. Ponies don't care for the substance of the argument. They don't care if you are on their side. So, if they're going to use them, I'm going to use Timdog to entertain you guys. And the video that I've made is hilarious, man. The video is freaking... You go shout out to Safe. You know what the video is going to be about. It's going to be about the decline of Timdog. Tim, if you're watching this, just take it in the spirit that it's in, which is fun and games. Listen, we come at everyone here. Everyone. So, hey, man. Came after King David, came after Colt Eastwood, came after every bot under the sun, pretty much. Come on. You are going to be the... And I'll be honest with you. I'm actually very happy you've gone to PlayStation. Because the content mine, the sort mine, and just the sheer... I could just make content based on your character for ages. All I need now is to risk it for the biscuit to become a pony, and I will be so happy. I'll be so happy if that happens. Illegal Dad says, did you see Peter Ovo getting rejected by the pony? Peter Ovio, the grifting absolute basic bitch, single IQ freaking moron. I warned you about for ages. For ages. And the Xbox fans came after me because he's a moron. Absolute moron who grifted for nonsense with bullshit points, came after me because I was making fun of Xbox. Look what he did. Look what he did. And the same people, hey man, all the bleed green guys that used him, agreed with him against me, and look how it's turning out. The time I called out Xbox when 2022, in the same time, I keep reminding Sean, he's like, yeah, Gaz, man, he keeps bitching about it, but shout out to Timdog. He always kept it real, and he was like, yeah, Timdog's so real, and boom, what happens? What happens? There's a difference between grifting or being motivated by people who, for the clout or whatnot, or there's being sincere. And sincerity is easy to glean. Like, if you're frustrated by a platform and its performance, you will make it known. And very few people in the Xbox community do that. Our PlayStation community do that. So they're so tied in with how other people perceive them, or in the console war, that they'll be afraid to say anything. Anyway, poor Timdog got ratioed, and he kept retweeting it twice of my video of I'm calling out PS4, which I played to you guys last stream. A video that I shared publicly in December 2 years ago. Say, hey guys, so you understand where my mindset is and what I'm like. This is a video of me playing in the PS4, calling out the Xbox One. People keep using it, and I'm like, yes, that's who I am. They literally will not bullshit. Who in their right mind would defend the Xbox One? I don't get it. But people are idiots. They're like, oh, he kept for the PlayStation 4. Absolutely. Of course I did. PS4 rinsed the Xbox so rawly that the Xbox hasn't caught up since that gen. So what do you want me to do? You should look at that video and say, Gaz, you know what? Keeps it real. Kept it real. But the internet doesn't think that way. Which is why I have to remind them. Shout out to Epic Treasure. Happy weekend all. Shab's inevitable with a 5. Have a feeling he's playing a character like reenacting crap gamer. Also Cooper. Shout out to Shabs. I think so too. But I think, bless Timdog, I think he's just driven by the engagement too much. And he's, but it is what it is. I don't want to go too hard. The video does, well, when we filmed the video, I said, look, Timdog is one of the boys. I've never met him. He's not my, it's like an acquaintance. He's been nice. We've been podcast together, but he used to switch on me on RDX when I reported on the scoping issues of Fable. He was like, oh, the Gaz said this. And now he switches, like, you can't trust Timdog. I like I mentioned before, I reached out to DMs on Timdog, say, hey, Timdog, you're acting a little bit wild, eh? Maybe you want to tone it down. Just as a friend, I'm telling you. Boom, took it out on me. And since then, I'm like, all right, okay. And now, it's all fair game. But I still, despite all of that, tried to tone it down. And you will be the judge of whether or not the video I make tones it down. Show us your preview. Should I show you a preview? Should I show you a preview? Maybe I should. Wait. We have so many outtakes, yeah? Maybe I'll show you a preview. Guys, can you buy a pair of those shades? Can you buy it? You can. In the shops. Maybe let me pull up my preview a little bit. A little preview of the video. It should come out next week. Guess can you buy? COD 30-day DLC exclusivity is what ruined Xbox One. Every COD gamer jumped ship to PlayStation. Really? I don't think so. I don't think so. There's a myriad of other things. Cheaper console, more powerful than the Xbox One. Didn't have a bundled Connect with it. Messaging was bollocks. People for ages thought you couldn't even share games or sell your games because Xbox so dumb. Even though Xbox had better games at launch. Well, yeah, for me it did. Yeah, there's nothing on PlayStation apart from Resogun, which I liked. No one's gonna buy it PS4 for Resogun. Killer Instinct, amazing, incredible game. And then a few months later, you got Titanfall 1, which was incredible. So then, what was left on PlayStation? Nothing. Just hopes and dreams. Because by the time, it took 3 years for a good game to come out, and that was Bloodborne. Which is not even a first-party game, but is exclusive, fair enough. But, From Software, yeah? Saving you, bruv. I want to play a little bit of... I'm going to play a preview for you, lovely people who have been watching me, of the preview of the Timdog video, but my PC is slow as hell and Premiere Pro is crashing. Rise Son of Rome. A lot of people say that Rise Son of Rome was good. I didn't rate it that much, man, but people liked it. It's fine. It's not... I even told the developer there at Gamescom, like, this is a bit weak. So, 1 second. All right, you get to see a little bit of my work in progress. My timeline's starting to look a little bit more organized now. Here we go. Let me see if this works. Tell me if you can hear this. Bear in mind, it's very early. I haven't edited the music and stuff.
Hey guys, it's Gaz from Source News. What's up, everyone? We've got a non-exclusive interview for you today. That's right, we've got an interview with Timdog. That's right, the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend. You know, he was sucking the dick, and I mean sucking the dick out of Phil Spencer, and now he has got a fucking public divorce, and he's allowed us to take the piss out of him in this non-exclusive interview. And it's non-exclusive. Why?
There you go. That is the thing, is how much I'm going to let you know. You're going to see... The video is freaking crazy, man. Oh, man, I can't wait to share it, man. And Noel's phone goes, where's the energy? I'm coming to the end of the stream, and that monster is going down, bro. And I've been awake all day. Like, I've been filming. It's almost done, Thatch. So hopefully Monday or Tuesday. I think realistically Tuesday, the video should be out. But it's gonna be jokes. Oh, I can't wait to play it. Let me play it one more time, just to the start off before I go into the memes. Here it is. Full screen.
Hey guys, it's Gaz from Source News. What's up, everyone? We've got a non-exclusive interview for you today. That's right, we've got an interview with Timdog. That's right, the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend. You know, he was sucking the dick, and I mean sucking the dick out of Phil Spencer, and now he has got a fucking public divorce, and he's allowed us to take the piss out of him in this non-exclusive interview. And it's non-exclusive. Why? Because every pony under the sun has been reaming his arsehole, but luckily he's got 5 minutes to spare for us. So let's go and have a chat with him. Yeah.
Oh,
you alright?
alright, what's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? You okay?
It's Timdog.
What? This is MTV Crib?
This is not MTV Cribs, it's Source News. It's Gaz.
Oh, you. What are you guys doing? Oh, yeah, it's not an interview later. Oh, I thought you were MTV Crib. Come on in.
We're coming in. We're going inside his house now.
Oh, I can't wait to release this video, man. It gets worse and worse and worse and crazier and crazier and crazier. If you're asking me why I don't have any energy, that was this morning. So, this afternoon. Oh, man. Oh, shout out to Timdog. Shout out to the console wars or platform wars or wherever it is giving us content, man. How can you not like this shit? Even the people who pretend, like, you know, Paris Lily or people who say they don't like this shit, they love this shit secretly, man. This is the source. This is the source. I understand fake Timdog more than real Timdog. I understand fake Timdog more than real Timdog. Yo, that's so deep. Oh, man. So for the whole Timdog segment, I'm just going to add subtitles to every time he talks. Shout out to Timdog, man. I'm sure he's going to be a good sport. Inside, he's going to be angry, but I'm sure he's going to be a good sport. Ah, chat. Chat. Oh my god, I didn't even get to touch on the last and final topic. It's a pretty big one, actually. And it's this. Xbox proudly claims no console needed in new partnership with Amazon. So, I have a pretty specific take on this. And I had to mute the thread because notifications were crazy on this. Or just ignored the thread, really. But I said this, which I think is correct. I think there's something to be said about this. No console required, and then Xbox wonders why our consoles aren't selling. No console, no problem. And there's a whole different, but are they actually asking that question? If you think Microsoft in the background isn't asking that question or hasn't been concerned about the sales of its hardware units after expending so much, I don't know what to say to you. Absolutely, they're asking that question. Absolutely, when they're going to be working on this hardware, the next bit of hardware, they're going to be concerned about how much it actually sells. A lot of people say they're focusing squarely on services, but you think Xbox's focus on on thingies inconsequential? And I've said, look, if they're not asking that question, they're fucked. To which someone else says, this is not 2004 anymore. Lol, they need to expand the Game Pass user base and not necessarily sell more consoles. True to a certain extent, but ask yourself this question. Where are the biggest sub bases? Where? Through PC or console? It's console. Console gamers make up the vast majority, almost 90% of Game Pass subscribers. Now, this strategy of theirs, which is basically a Firestick to enable players to play on the cloud, will it work? Am I that salty about it? I'm not salty about it. I think they have to try something. And it's cloud gaming, so it's not exactly the ideal way of playing. And it does align with their strategy of enhancing Game Pass over everything else. But then how do you reconcile that with their hardware focus? They say it, Matt Booty says it, that, you know, we really care about hardware. The Xbox consoles is the focus. They keep saying it. It's just more lip service, in my opinion. And Firestick is not going to take away, I imagine, console sales. Who's going to play Call of Duty on Xbox Firestick with the lag? Is cloud gaming even there yet? It's not, is it? But the messaging is bad because you keep devaluing the console in the eyes of the majority of people, where most people haven't actually come to terms with a consoleless experience. Cloud gaming is not there yet. So the messaging is you don't need an Xbox. And it just means like, well, okay. By the way, buy a new Xbox. Why? You just told us no console required. Like, what am I buying this new hardware for? Combine that with the other problem is that you're now porting your games to PlayStation. So very quickly, the masses will or the uninitiated masses will say, well, aren't Xbox games coming to PlayStation? And it depends on how broadly they're doing it, but you can expect that to get steadily more and more comprehensive in the sense that Xbox games will come out more comprehensively on PlayStation. They're doing this awkward dance to manage the fallout. But Game Pass for the win. Game Pass is a tree that keeps growing money, and we're getting Nvidia GeForce now. It's close to 10 for PC, 15 for Xbox, not counting Xbox Live. Guys, you're gonna make a video on Dr. Disrespect. We'll talk about it at the end. But the cloud thing is good. Means I ain't gotta buy another Xbox for my kids. That's good. Like, having that option is great. They have the option to and you know, but if you use Project X Cloud and the big wait times that they have, if it was on the quality level of GeForce Now, then it's something more potent. But maybe this will spur them on to do it. If GeForce Now can do it, why not Xbox? So I'm not against it. My tweet was basically saying, don't wonder about your stagnating console sales when you have this kind of mixed messaging. And the messaging hasn't been solid. So it's not the end of the world. A lot of people assume because of my meme that I'm just like vehemently against it. I'm just saying the point is you're not really, you feel like you're forsaking the console. Your messaging doesn't enhance the console. You don't advertise your console as much. And your statements are, you make like these hollow statements, but they don't follow suit. But the strategy itself, absolutely. Xbox needs to do anything it can now to get Xbox as a brand name that's known for the masses. So, oh shit, my battery's running out. They are forsaking the console. Leo says, I think they are. But at the same time, they're supporting this new bit of console. I'm very intrigued what they're going to do with this new console. 1 second. Let me switch batteries. Yeah. Oh, just spilled water on my PC. Oh my god. I spilled my water right in the heart of the PC. Shit. How did that happen again? Holy shit. Chat, this is really bad. Really bad. Really bad. Holy shit. On my glasses case, on everything. 1 second, chat. 1 second, chat. Oh my days. Oh, fuck off. 1 second, chat. Oh shit. It's all going wrong. It's all going wrong. Bro, I'm just on the limit of where the water went on my PC. Holy shit. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Ugh. Oh my god. Okay, if the stream ends, know that my PC is dead. 1 sec. Is this a bit? No, it's not, man. Just spilt water everywhere. Oh shit. Look how close. I'm gonna show you what I've spilt. Oh, bruv. Just spilt water everywhere. It was so close to the PC. It's ridiculous. I'm surprised it hasn't gone in. It's got the inside of the interior glass case of the PC. The water's dripping down. Oh my god, I'm so freaking clumsy. It's ridiculous. Epic Treasure's having a time of her life laughing at me. Bruh, my whole trousers, my tracksuit bottoms are covered in water. I spilled a lot, and I mean literally, look how much water just came out. That much of it. I've just started drinking this. Well, I barely had a drink. all of that came out. So yeah, sorry, what was what was I talking about? I completely forgot. Nick must say, bro, almost died on camera. Bro, the camera died on camera. The PC died on camera. Yeah. Because Gaz, Nvidia using 4080s to power their cloud gaming. That's $1,000 for each user base. Lol. AJH. Fair enough, but unless you're doing that level of fidelity on cloud, how much meaningful engagement are you going to get on Firestick? Maybe it could be massively successful. I don't know. I don't think that's how you use liquid cooling. Just that. What headphones are you using, Gaz? Looks like wireless Sennheisers. No, these are... What are they called? Odyssey Maxwells. Sorry, but saying they are Forsaken consoles because of a tagline for the app is an L take. That's not why we're saying we're Forsaken consoles. It's everything else. You think the tagline of recent days is the reason why they're Forsaken consoles? They have not even prioritized the console properly or marketed it properly for ages. They've been saying you don't need a console for ages. They've gone PC everywhere. They haven't even leveraged the power of the Series X properly because they've been split focus, which makes it very interesting to see how they will handle the next box. I think they'll learn some lessons that, well, I assume they do. I'm very intrigued to see what they will do with the new box. Mobile hybrid. I hope it's a mobile hybrid PC-like device. AJH says, I completely agree with you, Gaz. They should be doing better for that, to be honest. We just have to realize that Nvidia have the benefit of being GPU manufacturers. Absolutely. But if Xbox meaningfully needs to do it, somehow find a way to make it work. Marketing deal with Nvidia. Well, I don't know. They're advertising way more now. I haven't really seen it. I haven't really seen any Xbox ads. But Boba Fett, shout to you, man. So yeah, man, this Fire Stick strategy now isn't just Xbox doing it, by the way. I want to draw your attention to this factoid so you understand what the reality is, and that it is this. If I can find the freaking folder, which why did I? Oh yeah, here is this, and I'm going to show you a bit of news. Broad and distributed. This is the PlayStation slide. Look at it. What do you see there? What do you see there? Plus can create new customer relations by expanding to mobile, PC, smart TVs, and browser. Look at that. Now their messaging is much better. And when you think PlayStation, you think a PlayStation console. You don't think PlayStation app. You don't think PlayStation Plus. You don't think any of that. Now this is related to PlayStation Plus, but look at it. There's a Fire Stick TV right there. This is a Sony slide, by the way. Play on mobile. Play on PC. Game streaming on mobile, smart TV, and browsers. Would expanding game streaming to mobile TV, smart TVs, and browsers help us acquire and retain more subscribers? Question mark. And the answer to that, and meaningful subscribers, I don't know, but PlayStation asking that question as well. Now, before I end it, this is a topic that I didn't plan to talk about, just because I didn't plan to talk about it, is Dr. Disrespect. So the gamer guys will probably like doze off here. We're going to come to the end of the stream anyway. So I haven't got any like content lined up here or the links lined up. But I just, there was one very funny interaction between King Thrash and what's his name? Risk It for the anus biscuit about this whole thing. And a lot of people want me to talk about it. Well, on the stream anyway. I don't know. People find it interesting. Dr. Disrespect was I say was, you're already talking about him in the past tense, one of the more enigmatic kind of streamers with put a lot of work into his production, and he did the whole persona really well. Like, you could see why he was going to be big. In fact, I didn't really watch streamers. When I did, only the big guys I would watch is or I've remotely watched is Dr. Disrespect, maybe like 2 years ago or something like that. So Dr. Disrespect, if you don't know, likes children. It's so bad. Shouldn't laugh about it, but it's my sense of humor is pretty dark. But so what happened? Basically, someone from Twitch, a Twitch employee, outed. I didn't retweet all of this. I don't even have references to a lot of this. But a Twitch employee tweeted that the reason why Dr. Disrespect got banned is because of him sexting a minor using Twitch chat or something. And that set the world on fire. So then Dr. Disrespect came back and responded, but his response was sus. His response wasn't determinative or, a definitive, absolute, no, I didn't do it. And he was like, oh, listen, I'm going to talk about it because everyone's talking about it. And he said, I'm trying to remember what he said, but basically he was saying, he didn't reject it. He said it was all resolved. It was all amicably resolved in the background. And everyone, including myself, were like, ooh, wait, what does that mean? Like, either you did it or you didn't. If you did, someone accused you of something pretty crazy, then it should be easy for you to say, I did not have sexual relations with this woman, like Bill Clinton did. He didn't say anything. And actually, then I tweeted, I did quote tweet this. And I said this. By the way, I find this whole discourse quite intriguing from a legal background and the way the internet deals with it. The internet's not equipped to discuss this in earnest, I would say. I have the benefit of doing it for the legal. I come in from the legal perspective. It's criminal sanctions. The burden of proof is beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, my personal views are different, but the internet was on a witch hunt on this guy. And they were like, either it was defending him, the same insults like, yeah, or you had people who were like, he's guilty right off the bat. And the sensible thing is just like to sit back and watch it develop, which I kind of did. But I did tweet this out. Let me show you. So when all that shit came about, he goes, listen, I'm obviously tied to the legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can since this is the internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal. No wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. That was a bit weird. But, okay. So he's saying no wrongdoing. So he's saying he's not guilty. So then I said his response was poorly worded. Initial response, by the way. This response is poorly worded. And sounded sus because he wasn't denying it initially. Now he's unequivocally saying it was false. So there's that. I imagine a lawsuit against a former employee will be in the works, and post-settlement, there'll be bad news for them. And that could still be true if it was true. And so because the thing is, if he did do something that severe, it would be cover up. It's illegal to. It's not a civil case. It's criminal, and a serious one at that, to which would also be liable. And this is where this is kind of landed. But he's right. But it depends on degrees of how far he's gone. So we don't know. Did he actually contact? Did he initiate the contact? These things are important in establishing intention. So in criminal law here in the UK, you have actus reus, which is the physical act of doing things, and you have strict liability cases like this, and mens rea, which is the mental act, your intention of doing things. So I was like, did he actually contact the underage woman? Did she lie about her age? Maybe she did that. How did the communication take place? Like, not just like through Twitch chat, but like, what was it? Like oral voice messages? I don't know. I've never used Twitch chat. The nature of the communications. When I say the nature of comms, I mean, like, what was it? It was that overtly sexual and whatnot. And Let me go back on his thing. And this is where the long statement, which he edited multiple times, is a bit crazy. So here he gives us more context, and this is where things get a little bit murky. So he goes, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut all the fucking bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. I'm always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can't be upfront about, and I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community and Midnight Society Game Studio. Midnight Society Game Studio is the studio he co-developed, if I remember correctly, and they dropped him, and that's where I was like, yo, the people you co-developed, like, dropped you, and obviously they will be privy to more information. Them doing so was like alarm bells. That straight away, you know, the alarm bells went off with me. I'm like, ooh, there's some sauce. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society, and we made the painful decision collectively, he says, to step down. So there's that. Our team is full, incredible, talented people, blah, blah, blah. All of this, blah, blah. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch. So this is like 5 years ago, 6 years. How long? The time's gone quick. But for reasons out of my control, I was not allowed to say anything until now. Now that the former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed their accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story of the ban. But his side of the story isn't all that great. Where was the Twitch whisper? Where were there Twitch whispers messaging with an individual? Before this said individual, I think you can check the edits, right? How do you check the edits? Okay, I think this is it. Yeah. So where? Oh, so minor was not there before. And can you see the old version? I can't. I thought you could. Oh no, here it is. Look. So initially he said, were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual back in 2027? And then he added minor there at the end. That's the most important, pertinent part of this. You'd think that is something so grave, you would have the foresight to draft it, reread it, get it checked, get legal to look at it, then post it. Nope. Here comes in the posting and multiple edits after the fact. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Now that's enough for a lot of people. Now, knowing, being a lawyer and having the benefit of experiences, that alone couldn't be enough to say that he's guilty, because maybe he sent messages and maybe they didn't know they were a minor. Maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe it wasn't even inappropriate. Maybe he whatever. There could be some multitude of things. And then it gets a bit murky. Were the real intentions behind these messages? Were there real intentions? The answer is obviously not. We don't know that. There were casual, mutual conversations. Yeah? Okay. Sounds good. That sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. I'm sorry. What does that mean? Like, sometimes lean too much in being inappropriate. Now, this makes reading this suggests that they were repeatedly happening, because it sounds multiple instances of this, and sometimes, and obviously he's going to downplay it. Let's be real. I'm not saying my intention, like, I'll explain where my positioning is, my mindset anyway. Nothing illegal happened. I question this, by the way, but if that's the case, and what he constitutes illegality, because speaking in a certain way with a minor, it could be illegal. No pictures were shared, thank God. No crimes were committed. I've never even met the individual, went through the lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. I think people are glossing over this fact. If what he constitutes nothing illegal happening, then do I take it at a strict legal perspective? Like there was no intention, even the wording, all the sometimes inappropriate stuff wasn't that inappropriate. And at this case, really, unless we get to see what he actually said, it's just going to look sus. It's going to look sus as hell. And that's the problem. He may be precluded from doing it, but if I were him, and if it's not as bad as he thought it would, maybe just leak it somehow through a proxy or whatnot. But I imagine these are, personally, just guessing, might be a bit dodgy. Bear in mind that this is the same guy, he cheated on his wife in 2017 or something. And then he did this again. And the infidelity, it might put a strain on his marriage, and he might have to, this kind of shit will haunt you forever. YouTube, I think, partnership dropped him. Memberships have paused. And a lot of this is like, just kind of defensive stuff. We don't know. I still don't know, but I didn't follow it that closely. I was watching it, and people were like really like galvanized. I was more intrigued. I watched a lot of Pierce's reaction on it. I watched Mutahar on it. Mutahar's just going on it. But do we know, chat, how old this person was? Because that's really important. That's really important. Like, what constitutes a minor in America? Are they under 18, right? So if she's 17, is that bad as that's not as bad as someone who was like, I don't know, even under the age of 10? What was the nature of the lawyer in me will want more information. But ultimately, the fact that there were whisper messages with a younger person, and this bit sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate. And I feel like he's glossing over the reality of things there. Let me see your chat. What are you saying to me? Gas. Right, he's got millions of dollars, kids and trans women while married. Oh yeah, so to make it worse, someone came out and leaked the fact that he was sharing, oh my, just add more source to this. A trans person leaked out the fact that showed all the messages between him and her, or him. I don't know how this works. Please don't cancel me. But her, I think it's a her. Oh, I genuinely, yeah, it's a chick. Yeah. Don't laser me, man. I don't have that tweet. I posted a GIF underneath it, but basically, that person leaked the video. Oh no, sorry. Showed a screen recording of all the messages and Twitter DMs between them. And the two-timer was, she asked him to spray it all. It was really quite cringe. Spray what all? Wait, is that what I think it is? Epic Treasure? Brother, so they were, I saw the messages, and some of it was like, should I hold? I'm gonna hold it. like it's gonna hold it. It's like he's gonna hold the source. Like, people are into some freaky stuff, man. Hey man, we're all adults here, but why hold it? Like, I'm gonna hold it. Yeah, it's painful as a guy, bro. Like, it's gonna be like, Dr. Disrespect is like, maybe he's having a competition. Maybe he's having like, who can hold it longer. Bro, this guy, man, he gave a lifeline His wife still stayed with him. And then, not only just a kiddie fiddler, he's a tranny fiddler. And then he gets... Sure, I have a dark sense of humor, yeah, but come on, man. Like, it's pretty fucked up. Luckily, he didn't do anything wrong, so I can joke about this. It's not a joking matter, but at the same time, it's like, bruv. This guy's freaking weird, man. He's a freaky little guy, bruv. I said not little, he's tall. But just imagining him, I can only imagine him with his little wig, and the shades and the stash. I'm holding on. How's that fun? How's that fun? Is that painful? No, people like pain. You white people are weird. So I can stop saying allegedly after saying he has a Peter mustache. Fuck. Yo. Oh, people are gonna come at me for joking on this. But what do you want me to do, bruv? Like, this guy seems really dodgy, man. Every time I see him now, I'm thinking more like he's just holding on. I'm gonna hold on to this. Cheers. Yo. I'm reminded of Dave Chappelle's skit about Bill Cosby. I can't even play it. That's how raw Dave Chappelle is. He goes, but he saves. But he saves. Dr. Disrespect. Oh, man. How's he not nicked then, says Con Perry. Maybe they're like, genuinely, that's a good question. And Twitch cannot conceal things. They cannot prevent, like, there's more to it. Trust me, man. Like, as much as I'm joking about this whole thing, and I pretty think he's a bit of a weird guy, bro. That's an understatement. From my experience, man, I'm not that much criminal cases, but there's always two sides to the story. And there's always more to it. But maybe, but on the face of it, Dr. Disrespect is probably going to move somewhere to like Thailand, which is probably the perfect place for him. He said he's going to move to somewhere else. So he tweeted, because I'm going to move to somewhere like Costa Rica somewhere. I'm going on an extended vacation. And someone messaged like, oh yeah, Costa Rica, where the legal age of consent is like 15 or 13 or something. Damn, man. It's mad. It's mad. To an island. We know which island he's going to. You go China, where the legal age is 10. Bro. His wife might leave him, man. The pressure of all of this is going to be big. You know, there is a possibility that we might be murking this guy and it wasn't that bad. Slim as it is. Very slim. Very, very slim. But, I don't know. Internet has a weird way of dealing with it, but I'll be honest here. You guys gotta watch this. You guys gotta watch this. This is King Thrash and Risk It for the Lanus Anus Biscuit, going back and forth. I'm not even interested in what Risk It says because it's so boring, but you gotta watch King Thrash's reaction to it.
Australian. Nigga, I didn't know what virtue signaling meant.
So let me read this. Riska says you can virtue signal all day. You can demonize the intelligence. Shut the fuck up. But for anyone with half a brain, well, in your own words, look for Yuka. It makes me prolapse. But this is King Thrash's reaction to it.
Nigga, I didn't know what virtue signaling meant until you motherfucking said it. I had to go look that bullshit the fuck up. Telling me I'm trying to farm engagement? My nigga, the fuck you mean? Nigga, I don't got a blue check mark. I don't get paid for none of this shit. The fuck you talking about? Nigga, YouTube idol. Nigga, the fuck? Look.
Bro, I love King Thrash, man. The way he entertains me so much, man. I know very few people do. Just the way he talks, man. It's just genuinely entertaining.
Look, when I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna let you slide on trying to mock, you know, how I talk. Because you didn't hear me say shit to you about being Australian. All I said was it is a bad look. And it is a bad look for motherfuckers to try to stand in front of the bullets of vitriol that this doc should be getting in the first place. You don't talk to kids around here. I don't know how y'all do in Australia, nigga, but out here, nigga, you talk to kids, nigga. You can talk to kids and go to jail out here if you want to, see if you get out. That's how.
Yeah, out here you can talk to kids if you want to and see if you can get out of jail.
That's how strict we are out here, bro. Talk to kids. There's whole riots that happen over children, bro. Like, you don't know shit about here. Go stay in Australia, deal with your spiders and your sharks and shit, nigga. Like, at the end of the day.
Yo, man. Epic Treasure, just sit there and deal with your spiders and your sharks.
Hey, nigga, like, us Americans, we gonna trip, nigga, because what the fuck we do, nigga. We don't let shit slide. Oh, I need more proof. Oh, you fired him? That's not proof enough. I need more. He can't do on Twitch anymore. Oh, he admitted it. Oh, that's not enough proof. Oh my, fuck that, nigga. We Americans, nigga. We beating niggas up on sight, nigga. Fuck all that bullshit, nigga. All that. Oh, I need. Fuck all that soft shit. Y'all Australians, some soft ass niggas. That's why everything costs more for you fuck ass niggas. That's why y'all motherfucking dollars is worth so little, nigga. Just simply because of that, nigga.
Yo, he brought in the Australian exchange rate in his rant against Risk It and the fucking Dr. Disrespect. Why is that even remotely relevant, bro? I have to play that again, bro.
Right, nigga. Fuck all that bullshit, nigga. All that. Oh, I need. Fuck all that soft shit, nigga. Y'all Australians, some soft ass niggas. That's why everything costs more for you fuck ass niggas. That's why y'all motherfucking dollars is worth so little, nigga. Just simply because of that, nigga. Cuz, did you want to say cuz this, cuz that, and all that fucking dumb shit? You sound dumb, nigga. At the end of the day, Doc did some bullshit, and he did some bullshit that's taboo out here. I don't know how it is in Australia, but out here that shit is taboo as fuck. You don't sit there and talk to kids in a place called like Whispers or whatever the fuck it is inside of Twitch. He thought he was gonna, he would have kept doing it. If you would have thought he would have got away with it, nigga. He didn't even stop doing it until Twitch came and said, what the fuck are you doing? Nigga, Lord knows how far it would have went, my nigga. Like, hey, in reality, Lord knows just how many times he's already done it and got away with it. But I'm gonna let you cook, my nigga, because I'm virtual signaling. Fuck Doc, and fuck your thoughts, nigga, if you with that nigga. I don't give a fuck.
Yo, he cooked the shit out of him. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, he just cooked him, bro. Like, he cooked him. Even if Risky was like more evidence and they need to say the same thing, you just can't. You can't elucidate his opinions properly. He's just a walking out. Doc, just not even amusingly, just destroyed him, bruv. And I've had this altercation with this guy before. I'll tell you now. Risk It for the Biscuit doesn't stand for anything. This guy blabbers on. He just a vacuous creature, opens his mouth all the time. This guy talks for nothing. He doesn't say anything. He accuses King Thrash of virtue signaling. King Thrash of virtue signaling? King Thrash? I mean, you can say whatever you want. You can say he's outlandish, he's wild. King Thrash does not virtue signal, but he will say things outlandish and whatnot because he believes them. He believes them. But you don't stand for anything. You're sitting here defending a genocide and you're opening your mouth. Bro, this is the same guy who came in and responded when I was like Palestine thing with the IDF soldier gift. The guy's a moron. Doesn't understand anything. He has the intellectual capacity of a freaking goldfish with Alzheimer's. You don't take this guy seriously, and he doesn't stand for anything. He has no backbone. The guy doesn't stand for anything. And yeah, Risky actually did post that, and he's put more of this. I hope for a peaceful solution can be found, but I also understand the anger. Don't understand anything. You're a freaking moron. The world's problems are people like you. Just spineless guys who just waffle just incessantly. You have no backbone. I'll back King Thrash over you any day, bruv. Because I know King Thrash, no matter how divisive he is, actually stands on business, man. And it's someone I would have in my corner, bruv. Because he actually has some degree of morality and some semblance of independent thought, irrespective of whether or not you were ready to die on a hill for Dr. Disrespect while simultaneously sitting here freaking capping for a state that's committing genocide, and then you're here non-combatant should never be targeted. Shut the fuck up, you moron. Don't waste my time. King Thrash, murk this prick. And you did. Rest in peace, this little bitch. And there's loads of people like this. No respect for these people. I don't like risk it. You can like him all you want. Waste of space. Waste of time. Nothing of value was lost. And it is what it is. But King Thrash, man. Just... I know he's got beef with my good friend Sean and Dirt. I feel confident that if we sat down together, well, they say they was probably beat the shit out of him because of some of the stuff that he says, but I think they need to just chill. I think there's more common than there is to divide with those guys. As for me, it's like anyone who entertained me, even if people were formerly that had beef with, liking Thrash, the comedy has always been my primary gateway into interacting with anything and dealing with anything. It's like it's like a defense mechanism as well. Like I recede to comedy with dark stuff, like almost to reconcile that stuff or cope with that stuff. But people don't understand that. So if you laugh at some really dark stuff, I think people don't realize that typically comedians tend to be the more sensitive ones anyway. So they use comedy to, just pacify or internally deal with things. And a lot of comedians are actually the most depressed people. I'm not saying I'm depressed. Alhamdulillah, I'm very happy. But yeah, sometimes with the shit that's going on in the world, I use comedy as a way to deal with things. Which is why I do comedy when I make fun of things or my content or serious issues or not so serious issues. Some people understand, many won't. Game adaptation, Newscast says comedy is my superpower. Exactly, same here. Whether or not people think I'm funny or not, that's an entirely different question. But yeah, that's Dr. Disrespect. I'm sure there's more that's going to come out to it. I'm intrigued to see how he deals with the fallout of all of this. But if you're someone who believes as strongly as he did in his statement, and he goes, "Oh, get out of it, don't call me this and that," you will want to not stop at anything to clear your name. Like, by the way, there are crazy people out there that will do crazy things. Like, even like on like if you're a YouTube creator, bruv, like I've always thought of like a million scenarios where like I could go to a gaming event and some chick, I'm not trying to flatter myself to say this would happen, but come on, let's be real. But it could happen. Like some chick could just like, there are crazy people out there who could accuse you, and then just one person could just say something and you're guilty before you're proven innocent, and it's very dangerous. We've seen it happen so many times, and that's why you got to be careful. Like, don't just assume people are guilty before they're proven innocent. Obviously people, but that's it's almost like you have to, as a guy, and I'll be honest with you, as a guy, you have to almost walk with on a camera. Like, the gaming community is weird, man. And some of those public events, like I want to hold a sick party, yeah, like when I go to LA, like a proper party, not like, it's gonna sound very pretentious, but a proper party, like not a weird, like gamers and gamers party, have game consoles, can play games and all that, but I want a proper party, man, where bare people are getting lit. I'm not gonna say what, as in, what I mean, like a proper party. But especially guys, bro, game guys are thirsty. I can't trust them around women. So if I have a sick party and invite loads of fit people there, loads of fit women, bruv, the riskets, imagine if I could never invite this guy, but imagine like these riskets and these guys come in, bruv, they'll just like a moose, just hump these people, bro, and molest some motherfuckers, bro. Like, I'll be worried there all the time, playing security, taking care of the women. Like, yo, what's that guy doing, bro, with the star lightsaber? He's bear chasing that chick around. So I've always said, like, I'm gonna have a sick party with all these people, but I have to be very careful about who I invite in the gaming community, because, bro, gamers are weird, man. I've experienced this. Not a Diddy party, Leo. No, not a Diddy party, bro. Gamers are weird, man. Guys are weird. But there's also lots of chicks that are proper opportunists, man. They will murk you. So I'm very social, bro. Like, a lot of people don't know, like, I'm quite social. Like, I'm out all the time, but not in the gaming space. Like, I'm partying with, like, I know quite a few people in the music industry. A lot of people I don't share it with you guys, because gamers are weird. But yeah, like, he goes, Bass DJ says you're a gamer. Yes, I am. But, you know, loads of us are gamers. But you know what I mean? Like, there's core gamers in the core gaming community. Bro, look, you go to a gaming convention, bro. Bro, like, tell me why hygiene is so bad. Generally, I wish it wasn't true, but hygiene is terrible. Like, haven't heard of deodorant? Or you go into a gaming convention and it just smells like virginity, bro. It smells horrible. And I've smelled chicks, bro. The first gaming event I went to in the UK, yeah, bro, the chick ran past me, bro. I had a lady had a heart attack, bro. I'm like, yo, that can't be the chick. It smelled like she'd been running a marathon, never used deodorant. She was dressed up like it's some cosplay shit, bro. It put me off so bad, bro. My ting receded into my abdomen like quick time, bro. I was like, yo, I don't know why I'm chatting shit right now, but I'm telling you the truth though. But the stream is about to end, but I want to share these things, bro. And like, but you know, there are weirdos out there, man. Like, PAX East smells awful. Yeah, the UK stuff, like Eurogame, EGX, had some horrible experiences. I remember when I went to EGX ages ago. I've ever got it here, and there was her name Tina Palacios or Tina something, or she was a community manager for Call of Duty, and you could tell she didn't want to do interviews. And then I came in smelling nice, yeah, because I always smell nice, bro. Yeah. Even if I'm sweating here, I smell it, bro. This room smells like Tom Ford, bro. Smells like money, bro. And then she came up to me. She's like, "Ooh, you smell really nice." I'm like, "Yeah, what's up, girl?" And then she's like, bare, like as in flirtatious, bro. There was touching and things, bro. Even like on socials, a bit hearts and things going on. And we were like, "Yeah," and it makes a difference, bro. Old Spice, come on, Surf. Tuscan Leather by Tom Ford. It's not the best. I actually like ombre leather. I need to change some stuff. Yeah, man. Gamers are weird, man. So you're gonna have... Dr. Disrespect has no excuse. He's married, bruv. I get it. Guys are gonna be guys, but not with kids, bruv. And then he goes with some tranny. Not saying you can do whatever you like. If you like trannies, you like trannies. But... bruv. Can you even say that? I don't even know what you can say in this. Who cares, man? But yeah, like... Yeah, if he likes trannies, he likes trannies, but then he gets exposed. The biggest thing is he's cheating on his wife with underage people and chicks with dicks. So there's no limit to what this break can do. Hey, man. It is what it is. I wear the cologne Johnny Depp wears. Oh, Sauvage. You mean Johnny Depp advertises? Sauvage? That's really nice, actually. Aqua de Palma Colonial Essenza. Ooh, shit. AJH got something. Nick Merck said that and got banned. Oh, he's on Twitch. You can't say tranny on Twitch. You can say it on YouTube. Twitch is run by a whole rainbow brigade, man. When I say that, I don't mean like LGBT. I'm talking about far left, extra woke people that will get triggered by the mere fact that you mention the very gender that they are all serve to protect. Yeah. On Twitch you can't say on Twitch if you say simp you get banned. Fuck, man. I'm not joking. That's why I'm not on Twitch. Twitch is actually a better platform for gameplay streams. I actually prefer it, but Twitch is run by bare thirsty greedy people that will take like 50% of your cut from your super chats or memberships and stuff, and they will ban you for doing the craziest thing while simultaneously essentially being a porn site with people just there rubbing phone and just covering the little nipples here by a little sticker here. Like, it's mad. Use Kick? Hardly anyone uses Kick, and Dr. Disrespect will probably end up on Kick along with a lot of people. I just use YouTube, man. But you can promote OnlyFans there. Yeah, exactly, Justin. It's a weird dichotomy of Twitch. Twitch is a horrible platform. They're probably listening and watching Dr. Disrespect's DMs as well, because they're, you know, what it is. I got banned from a Reddit group for saying black lesbian. I never said anything bad about them, but apparently it was racist, homophobic. Bro, this is the same thing with Resetro. The same kind of things. Remember my my plus size joke? People got triggered. The very community that I was part of, just by referencing them. People aren't ready, man. People pass on their insecurities onto you, and then they'll make you guilty. But that's a very far cry from Dr. Disrespect. I sense the saga isn't over, and Dr. Disrespect has amassed such a massive following that it will still be profitable for him to maintain stuff, unless platforms think he's so far burnt that he can't maintain it. But Rumble will keep him there. So Dr. Respect just turned down a 10 million deal with Kick the previous week, didn't he? Oh wow, you might regret that decision now. Or Kick will approach him now, but with 5 million or 3. And if you're Dr. Disrespect, you might want to entertain that, because you might not get that deal. What I would do if I was, I'm not going to give him financial advice. Wonder how long YouTube will block his monetization, says Colt. Apparently the members, he paused the memberships. Maybe if he's taking a hiatus, it will pause it. I don't know. AJ says he probably has a bigger bankroll than most of Twitch. Yeah, Richard Torres says woke platforms are garbage. Agreed. Dr. Disrespect turned it down because it wasn't the money that guy makes from Canada. It wasn't the money that guy makes from Canada. What? I don't get that stuff. Oh, someone else is getting more money. Okay. No one will want to work with him in the future. Yeah, he's burnt, man. Like, you can't even take a photo with him now. You were like, oh, you're taking pictures with like Kitty Fiddler. It's like, damn. I shouldn't laugh, but it's bad. Bombaclat. What's up, George? I'm saying it looks bad to Doctor because it's way less. Oh, okay. Yeah, man. It is what it is. Rand is still streaming. It's insane. He started at 8 p.m. an hour before me. And he's been streaming for 4 hours. What a piece of shit. I'm going to beat the shit out of him. Shout out to Ranting Greek Gamer. Good. What's up, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you. Chat. And I'm going to call it quits, man. I think I've talked about everything. Yeah, man. He's finished. Oh, okay. Oh, you came over here because the stream ended? Oh, okay. Doc is finished, says Richard Torres with a $5 super chat. Shame, because I was a fan, but you can't condone that type of behavior. I wouldn't say I was a fan, but I found him entertaining. And thanks for the super chat. Yeah, but so what? You know, you do that shit out. Like, what time is it where we are? Midnight. It says midnight now. You can't come back from that. Yeah, he's done. I think he's done. unless he has some revelatory information and he actually is bold enough to show his occasionally inappropriate, leaning on the whatever he said stuff. You may be legally precluded from sharing those, but you should leak those if they aren't that bad, so people can judge for themselves. If it's a chick who was 17 years old, I know he's like still bad. UK, I think age is considered 16. Every country is different, but what was he doing? How old were they? Was it really that bad? I suspect so. I'll tell you why I suspect it is bad. Because what kind of guy holds on to his jizz for that long? No one does that. I've never heard of that. And people are calling it a term. What is it called when you hold? Bro, I don't. People are weird, bro. Why? Hey, I'm not judging. I'm judging. I can get freaky myself. Well, pretty normal for my freakiness. But what is it when you hold on? Edging? Is that what's edging? Oh, I thought it was something else. Edging. Why? Well, I don't understand the mindset behind that. Like, what? Does it get painful? Gooning. Gooning. That's it. Gooning. Gooning. Which one is it? Edging or gooning? Goon gang. But what makes it funny to me in my head here is the other ones. So the one he was doing it was the transvestite, whatever. Like, both of them. Were they like having like a, you know, like a chicken race, like Fast and Furious? Like, who's gonna go first? Yeah. Why am I imagining this now? It's messed up. It's messed up. It's called risking it. Stop, Cass. I'm gonna stop. Cole Eastwood goons with Phil Spencer. Shit. Hey, man. There's weird people out there, man. What can you do, bruv? What can you do? Alright, chat. On that very inappropriate note, I'm gonna sign off. I gotta wake up early and then I have to go see Kings of Leon, who I barely know anything about. Thank you so much, chat. Sorry, my energy levels weren't that well. I had a wicked stream. I had a good time, but just mild flight. Yeah. Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna sign off and try to edge or goon. No, I'm not doing that, bro. Too much hard work. Literally. Peace out, people. Gooning.